Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, please allow for me to introduce myself to you. My name is Vanessa Somuayina. You guys know me as your big sis from the internet as well as your favorite tarot reader here on YouTube. And for today's Pick a Card tarot reading, I have prepared your highly personalized love story predictions for you. That's right, you guys, this is one of my signature two-part predictions, which means that during part one of this reading, you get to pick from one of these four groups to help guide you through the first portion of your love story prediction. And then once you've received the first part of your reading, we will move on to part two, which is based on your zodiac sign. As you guys know, the Unicorn Mom does not play. I have the timestamps to all 12 zodiac signs provided below in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section. I recommend that you watch your sun as well as your moon sign, and also that you watch your 7th house as well as your Venus. Now, if you've got a sign within your 7th house, which is the house of partnership and marriage, tune into the corresponding sign of the 7th house of your birth chart. The same goes for your Venus, which is the planet of love and pleasure. To experience the precise love story reading that is meant for you, tune into the corresponding sign that you've got within Venus. So without further ado, let's get into the four groups that I've got prepped for you for part one of your reading. Group number one corresponds to the Shamanic Medicine Oracle deck as well as the Rose Quartz Crystal. Group number two corresponds to the Dark Heart Tarot deck as well as the Citrine Crystal. Group number three corresponds to the Wandering Star Tarot deck as well as the Jade Crystal. And group number four corresponds to the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck as well as the Amethyst Crystal. But as already mentioned, the timestamps to all four of these groups can be found below in the description box as well as pinned to the top of the comment section for quick and easy access from your laptops, your mobile devices, your TVs, and your tablets. So all you need to do is click those timestamps and you'll be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video. And of course, if you enjoyed being in this healing safe space on the interweb, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way you will never miss another one of these highly personalizable readings where you can basically put together your own personal reading right here on my channel. And now I will provide you with a little moment of privacy, so feel free to pause the video right here if you need a moment to meditate on the four groups, and then I will be right back to guide you into your readings. Alright, so by now you've hopefully been able to select one of these four groups in order to receive the first part of your love story reading. Before I get into the readings, I just want to let you know that yes, I am sponsoring my own video. So for anyone interested in creating their very own tarot or oracle deck, like I have done many times before, just keep watching. And if you've selected one of these four groups and you want to get straight into your reading, I will catch you at the click of your timestamps. Hello, my beautiful soul, my name's Vanessa Somuayina, and at the time of me filming this video, I have published 7 tarot and oracle decks. And I know the feeling when you want to publish your very first deck and you don't know where to start. And you're in the perfect place, because in my course on how to design, create, print, sell, and publish your very own deck, I teach you absolutely everything from start to finish that you need to know about the process of creating your very own tarot or oracle deck. That's right, I cater to both, as I am an expert in both creating tarot as well as oracle decks. I have done both multiple times. So this course is going to take you through everything that you need to know, and the amazing part is that you have lifetime access to the course's community, in which you can ask questions and interact with hundreds of students around the globe who are on the same journey with you. And the best part is that you get to decide to embark on this journey right here, right now. There's a reason why you feel called to create your own deck. There's a reason why something within you is telling you that it is your time time to finally shine and to create something that is of value to yourself as well as the entire world. Through creating your own deck, you're not just going to fulfill a creative passion of yours that's been burning, but you're also going to finally be able to create an additional stream of revenue should you choose to sell your deck, as I also teach you everything that I know about selling your deck and the deck distribution. If not now, then when? Now's the time to invest in your dream of creating your own tarot or oracle deck. Join this beautiful course alongside myself, your teacher, as well as all of my other beautiful students. This course is super beginner friendly and you can take it at your own pace. I can't wait to eventually be holding your deck in my hands. Let's get it. I'll meet you on the inside. Hello, my absolutely gorgeous souls of group number 1. Welcome to your reading. Now, you chose the Shamanic Medicine Oracle deck as well as the Rose Quartz Crystal to help guide you when it comes to your love story and to figure out all the details that need to be revealed for you to know precisely what's coming towards you in your life in love. Now, in case you didn't know, the Rose Quartz is actually a crystal of love and friendship, which may be why you intuitively felt drawn to it. Our reading space is decorated with a lot of rose quartz today, so you know you're really in tune with everything that you need to know about your love story. So let's get into it, group number 1. If you're wondering how your love life is going to turn out, where your love story is leading you, then this is the perfect reading for you to receive. We'll get into everything that there is to know about your person, when you will meet them, where you will meet them, their job, their sign, their looks, all of the in-betweens. So let's see what we've got for you. First up, we have the drum. Now, the drum shows us that when you meet your person, they will awaken something in you that you haven't felt before. Their voice is what's going to tell you that they are the one. So your person of your love story is going to have a voice that you absolutely love. They're going to have a voice that feels like honey to you. And the drum shows us that as soon as you actually hear them speak, you're going to know, this is the one, because you can picture yourself hearing their voice day in, day out for the rest of your existence, really. And it's just a sound that you can't get enough of. You love it when they call you. You love it when they talk to you. You love it when they sing, when they make jokes, when they laugh. Absolutely every sound that comes from their mouth sounds amazing to you, and it awakens something within you that makes you feel like you're home. Next up, within soul retrieval, I can see that actually your love story has to do with coming back home. So if you felt for a long time, group number 1, like in a way, there's no place to call home. There's no city, no town, no country, no space where you truly feel like you're at home and you belong. Home is where the heart is a saying that I'm sure you've heard before. And for you, this is really going to be true in your love story, that home is where your heart is. Home is where your person is. It doesn't matter where you live with your soulmate and your twin flame. It doesn't matter what country you're in, what city, if you're in a big house or a modest apartment. For you, home really is where the heart is, and the most important thing to you is to be with your person and your lover. And being with your person, being in midst of your love story, that's when you're going to feel like home. That's when you're going to feel like you found your space where you belong and where you're accepted and celebrated for who you truly are on the inside. Let's figure out more about your love story, shall we? So next up, we have Krishna. Now, Krishna is symbolic of devotion. Your love story will play out with someone who is spiritually guided. So they're either a very spiritual or even a religious type of person. They are committed to their beliefs. They are committed to everything that shows integrity in life. Now, integrity is when you actually do what you say you will do. They believe in not harming others, and they practice that. They believe in the fact that certain groups of society should be protected, and they act on that. They behave in that way. They're a very devoted partner too. So your love story is one of devotion and one of actually giving their all for the relationship, giving everything to be with you, giving time, energy, investing money, investing material assets as well. I see here within Krishna that they believe in the constitution of marriage. They believe in being together forever. And in some ways, they may even have a little bit of a conservative mindset when it comes to building a family and building a connection with you. Here within Kuan Yin, they have so much care and compassion. Your love story is one with someone who chooses to do what's right for everyone involved. They are not a selfish person. Group 1, you are not meant to be with someone who is self-centered or who does not make sure that your needs on an emotional level are met. They are emotionally intelligent, and I see that they always offer you a helping hand. They always offer to be there for you, to help you, to support you whenever you're in a challenging situation. And how you can tell that your love story is playing out with your soulmate is that they want to help you. They want to be there. They want to make your life easier. Whenever you're going through a challenge or a battle, they're immediately asking you how they can help, what they can do to make sure that you're not stressed out anymore or you're not struggling anymore. Next up, we've got Paul the Venetian. Now, Paul the Venetian shows us here that your person is someone who will be very put together. So they're going to have a very clean appearance. They wear clothes that fit them nicely, tailored clothes. We've got light eyes here, light colored eyes, as well as a rose on their chest. So either a rose tattoo on their chest or on their upper arm, just overall a very soft heart. So if they have a tattoo, that's the type of tattoo for you to look out for. However, because I mentioned to you, they've got tailored clothes, very put together clothes, getting tattoos might not be an option for them because of the type of work that they do and the type of background that they come from. So it's not really something they're able to do at this point in their life, but they will have this symbolic kind of piece of jewelry. It's a necklace, it's a ring that has a rose on it. They will have something stitched into a blazer, into a hoodie that has a rose on it, and it represents a side of them that is soft. It represents a side of them that is caring and compassionate. And you'll see this piece of clothing after knowing them for a while. It's not going to be something that they wear out the first time, but they will explain to you that they always kind of felt connected to roses, rose petals, dried roses, the images of roses, even if it's not something that others commonly connect with in that way, but to them it's symbolic. And I'm also getting this message that it comes from the passing of a motherly figure, so their mother or their grandmother who was an avid rose lover and also a florist in a sense, like growing roses in the garden and understanding that sometimes the most beautiful things have thorns and sometimes things can really hurt, especially memories of loved ones that were lost. So your love story is with someone who's very sentimental, and I see here in the Forest Temple, they're a very enlightened type of person. The Forest Temple shows us that they like to spend time in nature. They're also the type of person who loves to visit other cultures, even if they are religious. Here with Krishna, they don't mind going to other temples, visiting other countries, and seeing how religious beliefs shape other people and other communities. And they're the type of person here in the Forest Temple that you can talk to about any and everything, and who has gone through a lot of moments of enlightenment, a lot of moments of understanding why certain things happened to them the way that they did. So that has made them very flexible. Your love story is one that plays out with someone who is easy to please and who is super flexible when it comes to your needs. So if you have certain non-negotiables, they're more than willing to abide by those. They feel like it's not hard for them to be flexible about what you want, whether it's diet, whether it's living space, whether it's actually having a plan of when you're going to see them next and meet them. They're the type of person that can always make time for you and who always has a space for you, not only in their heart, also when it comes to actually physically making time. So I see here in the Willow Spirit that what they love about you is your open-mindedness, your love story. is going to be one where you're moving around a lot too, like moving around geographically. You're not going to just be living in the same place, and traveling and exploring is like a normal thing within your love story. So being with someone who can work remotely and is gonna be stationed in different places, which means that you will have so many cool experiences together all around the world in so many different forms and shapes. So here within the tarantula, they are the type of person that is not afraid of critters, spiders, or anything that people usually fear. Also snakes. The tarantula shows us that your love story is going to be with someone who is brave, someone who isn't afraid, and who also like spins their web, casts their web really widely. So they're a type of person who is successful, who tries to make as many deals as they possibly can when it comes to work, and who understands that being sensitive is an important aspect to winning new clients, and not only being great in a relationship, but also using that for work too. And here within the cosmic egg, I want you to know that your love story is one of having this protective nature over your eggs, over your womb, over the person that you're with, and the whole topic of fertility, really. It's hard to explain, but I think you know what I mean. Like having saved yourself and them having also saved themselves to start a family together, to be together in the sense of creating your own legacy, having your own kids, your own offspring, and that being like a completely new chapter in your love story that you will have with one another. And the cosmic egg just also shows here that they are super, super protective over you being their person and not wanting anyone to ever have the opportunity to be as close to you as they are with you, if you understand what I mean. So your person is definitely someone that doesn't play when it comes to you. I see that your love story is one that's meant to be with another individual who is super, super protective and who finds it really important that you know this, and you know you always have someone to come to. Now, nutrition shows us here that your love story is filled with not only healthy nutrition, but the person that you will end up with is someone to whom nutrition is really important, and nutrition is part of their job. So for example, if they are a doctor, of course they need to know a little something about nutrition. So it's not just being a nutritionist, even being a personal trainer, even being a very high-powered entrepreneur, CEO, executive of some sort. They need to have their nutrition in check to even be able to travel, to operate at a high level, to keep up with business deals and so on. So that has always been really important to them. And it's something that they find healing, and they can cook. Okay, your love story is playing out with someone who knows how to cook, who knows how to make an amazing meal, and who can also appreciate going to nice restaurants. I see that a lot of the relationship is going to consist of you going to nice places, amazing restaurants, ordering really beautiful food. So they're not going to expect you or themselves to be in the kitchen all the time. To them, it's more about different flavors and experiencing different cultures. Now, light and love shows us here that actually, your love story is meant to bring light and love into this world. So your purpose is to bring divine healing light and love to this world. And the person that you're with allows you to embrace this. That's how you know you're with the right person. That is how you know that you are with the one, that this is the love story you're meant to be in. When you feel like you can fully be yourself and also embrace the light and love that you have within you, that you can embrace the divine purpose that you bring into this world. Now, group number 1, this is the reading that I received for the first part of you, but as mentioned, we are still going to get into your zodiac sign, which is even more detailed, even more personal. So I did recommend you watch your sun and your moon sign. If you know your 7th house and Venus, tune into that as well. So I will upload the extended version of this first group onto Patreon. You can check that out on there. I know a lot of you are also already part of the Unicorn Army patron community. So for you, the extension of group 1 will be uploaded over there. And for the zodiac portion, just head on down into the description box, click your zodiac sign, and you'll be fast forwarded. And you will be fast forwarded to the second, even more detailed and intricate part of your reading. So I'll catch you over there. All right, my gorgeous patrons of group number 1, let's delve a little more deeply into your love story so we can get into some more deets, shall we? So first up, we've got Don't Dim to Fit In. Now, I want you to know that your love story is definitely going to be one for the books and one in which you two both stand out. So you're both pretty eclectic. You both like to wear things that are colorful when you're together, and you like to wear certain accessories that stand out. So even when you're wearing all black, you may have a piece of jewelry that has a really beautiful gem on it, or some sort of spikes, something that has like a kind of skull or wing symbol to it, and you don't feel the need to dim your light in order to fit in, especially when you're with your person, group number 1. It's like you're this dynamic duo that is just really turning heads every time you enter a new room. Now here within the Priestess, I can see that they will get you to a point where you're asking yourself, how am I being called to step up and lead? So your love story is actually a story of your own leadership, of you stepping up, leading, being unafraid to be this person that is strong, that is in a sense also leading a family. If you identify as female and you would be the mom of the family, it's you actually being the leader, even though maybe on the outside you're with someone who is in their divine masculine, but you're stepping up and leading by being the matriarch, by being the one that holds the family together, that's like the glue of everything. And in the Knight of Diamonds, I want you to know who is not part of your love story. Now, who isn't part of your love story is actually an earth sign that failed to step up. So a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo that was too childish, that was too much of, I don't want to say a scaredy cat, but too much interested in what they could gain from the relationship rather than trying to build together. And they were too concerned with what you could do for them in order for that relationship to even flourish. So that didn't work out, as I see here within the Four of Cups, that you always wanted someone who is there. You never wanted to be in a relationship where you feel like you're alone, or like you're dealing with someone who is a adult-sized child. You always wanted someone who can stand on their own 2 feet and with whom you feel like you have an equal partner. So anyone that feels like an unequal partner and that feels like they're still a little too childish to be in a relationship with you, that's not the type of person that you will end up with. Now, the Five of Crystals shows us for you, group number 1, that actually you have been through a lot in life to the point where you know what you deserve, and you're not going to settle for anything less than that. You're not going to settle for someone who isn't ambitious, who doesn't see your value, and who doesn't share the same core values as you as well. You don't have the time or the nerve for that. For you, it's really important to be able to build together, but also to not become Barbara the Builder, who is doing everything by themselves as their partner sits back and just watches you roll up your sleeves and do the hard work. So I definitely see here within the Five of Crystals that when it comes to your relationship, you want for a relationship that also provides a soft life. Now, the apple shows us continuance. So your love story is one that's going to last for a really, really long time. Group number 1, this is not a quick thing. This is not going to end in a divorce or a separation. Your love story is one that you will be able to tell your grandkids right there with your partner next to you. And the Snapdragon shows that actually you bring purification to your family's lineage. So if your family's lineage has separations, divorces, kids that were had out of wedlock or outside of a relationship, you're the one to quote unquote purify that. You're the one to actually show what a healthy relationship looks like. Even if you've had your own path, you've quote unquote made your own mistakes, or you haven't always had perfect relationships, Once you lock down your love story, it is locked down. That is solid. It's not going to break apart at a later point in life, nor is it going to bring drama to your family's lineage. So you're really the one that's clearing the air and clearing any kind of unwanted energies out of your family's lineage, and you're breaking painful patterns and traumatic patterns for future generations. Now, group 1, we are now going to head on into the zodiac portion of your reading. Make sure that you check out the timestamps in the comment section. Click your zodiac signs timestamp, and I will catch you during the second, even more intricate part of your love story prediction. Hello, my beautiful soul of group number 2. Welcome to your love story reading. Now, you chose the Dark Heart Tarot deck as well as the citrine crystal to get into your prediction. Now, the citrine crystal is actually a stone of abundance, of prosperity, of having more than you need, really, and also wealth, which may be precisely why you chose this stone. But let's get into your reading. Now, the Dark Heart Tarot deck is a deck that I have self-published and I connect with deeply. So I truly feel like already in this first part of your prediction, we will be able to unearth some really, really striking information about your love story. So first up, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. And you know what? The Four of Cups upright is a card that speaks of loneliness, of being by yourself. So when this card shows up in reverse, just give me a second, group number 2, it gets good. You are actually beating the loneliness. You are beating the feelings of dying alone with your cat. You know, that depiction? Yeah. We're not doing that in your love story. The Four of Cups in reverse shows us here that when it comes to your life moving forward, your love story is removing any feelings of emptiness. And it's not that you don't enjoy your own company. It's not that you can't be in solitude, be by yourself and be happy. But it's just that finding the right person to actually do life with and have a lot of amazing memories with, it's different than being alone. And the Four of Cups reverse shows us that you're exiting a phase of loneliness, of being by yourself, and entering a phase of your love story being able to blossom. Whereas the Five of Blades shows us here that what happens for you when your love story is truly taking off is that you learn that in the past, no one could even compare to your soulmate and your twin flame. No one even put 5% of the effort in that this person put in. So to one extent, you're really happy about your love story and what's finally now blossoming for you. But another part of you is sad that younger you accepted certain bad treatments and lack of love, lack of care, lack of respect. And it's just something here within the Five of Blades that I see you're reminiscing about, and you are really grateful has come to an end for you. So as I was shuffling, literally this card popped out of the pile, which is the Sun card. This is an extremely positive card for you to receive, especially in regards to your love story, because it shows that you've got good fortune ahead in your love story. You've got times of sharing intimate details and stories with this person, trusting them, deeply adoring and loving them, and being deeply adored and loved. And the Sun is also symbolic of finding the right person for your life, of finding someone that you can rely on, that you can trust, and that's always going to be there for you. Now, the Sun also shows us a time of warmth, a time of togetherness, of family. And I see here, oh, great, within the Ace of Crystals, combining that with the Sun, you're able to be super creative in your love story. So don't think that the career you're doing now is how it will be forever for you, group number 2. Actually, your love story will help you to develop another career, another stream of income, because you've got that support emotionally and financially from the person that you will be with long term and with whom your love story is going to play out with. They believe in you, they believe in your talents, they believe in the things that you're really good at, but you maybe just haven't monetized. And I see here within the Hermit that actually showed up in reverse, they bring you out of your shell. Group 2, do you identify as an introvert? Do you identify as someone who is often in hermit mode? Because if you do, please actually leave a star emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you identify as a hermit and you chose group number 2. That's the only way anyone would know. And I want you to understand here, with the Hermit showing up in reverse, this is actually a sign that they bring you out of your shell. They bring you out of hermit mode. They are the one with whom you feel ready to explore and discover the world with. And you're unafraid to put yourself in unknown situations because you've got your soulmate, you've got your twin flame, you've got your love story going on for you. So therefore, it gives you a lot of added confidence that you didn't have prior to meeting your person. And it's overall just like a huge vote of not just confidence, but also comfort that you're experiencing with your person during your love story. Now, I want to see what month of the year you are most likely to meet them. Okay, we have got the month of May for you. And moving further into it, we've also got April. So this makes it very clear that during the spring and early summer months, that's when the tension is high in love for you. That's when things are kind of moving. That's when the likelihood is the highest for you to meet your person with whom your love story is going to play out with, and that you're going to be able to be with for the rest of time, really. So let's move a little further into this, shall we? We have got the sea serpent. Now, the sea serpent shows us a symbol of an Ouroboros. In case you don't know what that is, actually the Ouroboros is a serpent that's biting its own tail, and what it represents is infinity. It represents something that lasts forever, and the sea serpent connecting to the element of water, which is the element of emotion, shows that this is someone that you have met in a previous lifetime. So your forever person, your love story is playing out with someone that you feel like you've known forever. Even if you only met them, you will already have this very deep connection, like you knew one another for hundreds of years prior to actually meeting in this lifetime and in this incarnation. Next up here within the shark, your love story is going to be with someone who is more of a lonely wolf and someone who is intimidating to other people. Now, the shark shows us here that they don't have a lot of friends. They have acquaintances, but they're kind of more focused on themselves and they're not used to a relationship. So your love story is one that you're going to find at the beginning you're not sure what to make of your soulmate or of your twin flame, because you're a little bit worried, you're a little bit afraid. Are they a player? Are they really serious? Do they really mean it? Or do they actually want to be alone? Do they actually want to continue to be a shark? But the thing is, like, they have this oyster aspect to them. So hard on the outside, soft and loving on the inside. And they're the type of person where you don't really know what you're going to get until you open them up, until you get to know them very deeply. And then you understand that what they want is infinity. What they want is deep emotion, a deep connection that is never going to end. Their biggest fear is actually to be alone or to be left. That's why they've been a shark for so long, because they have their own traumas of being left by a partner or a parent. And the scorpion shows us here that that really stung, that really hurt. They have a trauma, a wound that has to do with abandonment, and that's a thing that they're so afraid of, to the point where they keep to themselves until they really feel like they found the one, i.e. you. And that's also why they haven't been in a serious relationship for quite a while upon meeting you, group number 2. So bear in mind, there's not necessarily something wrong with them, but they have had their own experiences and their own traumas that have made them this way, group number 2. And it's important that you remember that not everything is always as it seems. Sometimes people seem so strong on the outside, but actually all they need is a little bit of softness, love, divine feminine energy that's receptive. And I see here that your love story is actually one in which counseling is part of it. So it's not that you're constantly going to therapy, or necessarily even that your person is in therapy. You may be the one that's in therapy and you know precisely how to talk to another person who has been through a lot and how to kind of get the best out of them. So it's almost like a love story in which you are counseling one another and in which you are there for one another. It's like in certain moments and instances, you are each other's best friend and therapist. Not all the time. It's not that kind of relationship. It's not like there's always something going on where there's a need for counseling or therapy, but the thing is, you know how to fix things quickly because you're both emotionally intelligent and you've been through some form of counseling in the past, and you know how valuable it can be. Now, with options, I want you to understand that your love story is going to come with a lot of career possibilities that are open to you. And the person that you're with also has a lot of options. This shows that they come from a background in which education was valued, and they have a higher education, a degree, a PhD, a master's, something that they worked hard for that has now opened the door to a lot of options for them. And it was always something that they knew that they would have. They have this confidence from home already. And I see here that your love story is going to have to do with a lot of decluttering, a lot of getting rid of stuff that you had from the past. Now, this may make sense if you've lived with someone before, then you know what it's like to declutter and to get rid of everything. If you've had really deep feelings and a relationship, a marriage, like a long-term relationship with another person, something that felt like a marriage, even if it wasn't on paper, then you know how much time and effort it can take to declutter that person from your life, even just emotionally. And I see here that your love story is one that is going to progress once you've fully decluttered, and also the person that you end up with has fully decluttered their past. And you both want to come into this relationship on a clean slate. You're not bringing baggage from the past with you because you just know that your person doesn't deserve that. Like your husband, your wifey, they don't deserve to be punished for something that they didn't do. So therefore, that's not the type of energy that is entering into your love story. Now, group number 2. This is the first part to your reading that I've received for you, and now it's time for us to move into the zodiac portion of this reading. I do have an extension of group 2 that I have published simultaneously on my Patreon, so if you are already part of the Patreon community, you can access that at this point. However, if you are not yet part of the Patreon community, you're not yet part of the Unicorn Army over there, check out the link in the description box to join. I have dozens of other videos that are only for Patreon on there, and also readings and messages that I have received as I was out and about, walking in the forest and so on. All of those recordings are on my Patreon only. It is exclusive to Patreon. Feel free to check that out. And for those of you who are already in the Patreon squad, we'll now move into your zodiac signs prediction. So scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click your zodiac sign. As already mentioned, I would recommend you watch your sun, your moon sign, as well as your 7th house and your Venus. So check out those signs, and I will catch you during the second, even more intricate parts of your love story reading. Okay, group number 2. Let's move a little further into this members only portion of your reading so we can figure out more about your love story and precisely what's going on here. So we've got Jwal Cool. In Jwal Cool, I can see that your person is going to always remind you that you're on a path, that you have a higher purpose. They are going to be the one that when you're feeling down, your love story is what allows you to remember where you came from and why you started. It's like a complete reminder day in and day out as to why you work so hard and why you have the goals that you've got. And your love story is actually bringing out the best in you and allowing you to lead a life that is bigger than you ever expected it to be. That's what I see here within Jwal Cool. And in Paul the Venetian, you're actually going to end up with someone who comes from a really great family, who is a very graceful person. They have amazing manners. And having amazing manners is something that you can't fake. It's something that you can't pretend to have, but they have it from home. They have it from growing up already, that they were given these amazing manners and also a very sharp mind to understand emotionally when to back off. So your person is someone with whom you're not going to argue with a lot. Your person is someone that is going to allow you to just be yourself. And I also want to see, if we add letters into your reading, what Spirit has to say. So we've got T, U, and M. All right, one thing that I'm getting here is Mut, which in German means courage. So your person is a super courageous individual. I see that even your love story in itself is going to take courage to live out. It's going to take courage to experience your love story the way you have, and it's not for the faint-hearted. So coming from two very different worlds is what I can see here with your person, and them being born under the Egyptian zodiac sign of Mut. If you type in on my channel Egyptian zodiac sign, you will not only find the video where I teach you how you can find your Egyptian zodiac sign, but also you will be able to watch the reading of the Egyptian zodiac sign of Mut and figure out more about your future person and your love story with them. So we've also got S-I-U-N. So different combinations that we've got here is, for example, the name Tim being part of your love story. So let me just align those for you. So here we have Tim. We also have Sun and You. Tim, Sun, and You. We've got the sun that showed up for you, remember? And the sun is a sign of love, of warmth, of togetherness, of family. So I definitely see that here in connectivity to Tim, the sun energy, and you. You and Tim, sun energy, it all vibes with one another, group number 2. And I'm really excited that we got such a clear message from your spirit guides about your love story. Now, let's move a little more into it. Wow, we have love is in the air. So this is a true confirmation from your guides that love is in the air. We've got Tim as a very, very precise name. So Tim being their first or their second name, and this being a love story that's meant to be, where love is in the air, where you feel truly taken care of, and where you can sense, all right, this is my person, this is my forever. And in goal setting, you have similar goals. You set the goals and you reach them. Your love story is about reaching all of the goals that you have on your goal board, on your vision board, if you have one of those, and that you had in your mind. If you think about what goals are when it comes to a love story, yeah, you're setting those goals, you're reaching them, group number 2. This is a really positive foreshadowing of your love story, and I can't wait for us to move further into it with your zodiac sign. So we're at the end of this portion of your reading. Now we'll delve even more deeply into it with your zodiac signs prediction. So head back down into the comment section, into the description, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your love story prediction. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to the first part of your love story reading. I can't wait for us to get into it. Now, you chose the Wandering Star Tarot to help guide you through your reading, as well as the Jade Crystal. Now, in a lot of Eastern cultures, the jade crystal is actually a crystal of good fortune and luck, which may be why you intuitively felt drawn to the stone. Keep your jade crystal in your pocket, in your handbag, and just watch that abundance flow more freely towards you, group number 3. But on a different note here, all about your love story. Let's get into it. Let's figure out precisely what your guides want you to know and what the universe needs you to figure out about your love story. So first up, we have the Ace of Swords. Now here within the Ace of Swords, I want you to know that there are changes coming to your love story. You may have thought your love story was one way previously, but group number 3, things are going in a completely new, different, and fresh direction. You're making decisions right now that are affecting your love story in the long term, that are affecting the overall appearance and vibe of what your love story is going to look like. And we're going to get precisely into what those decisions are and how they are actually shaping your love story. One of the words that we have on here in German is Erfolg, which means success for any of you who aren't German speaking. Well, I guess most of you. But for those of you who are German speaking, ich liebe euch. Danke, dass ihr hier seid. Ich bin unendlich dankbar für meine beautiful unicorn family. Let's move further into it. All right, group number 3, let's not waste any time. Okay, we have the 9 of Coins reversed. So you are actually choosing true love in your love story rather than going for whoever can offer you the most in a material sense, so to say. So going for true love, I see that that is going to completely change the trajectory of your love story in the best possible way, because while others may be looking at financial gain or material prosperity. You are going for who you truly connect with and with whom you can have a life with long term. Now, that doesn't mean that you're okay with someone who isn't successful or who doesn't have quote unquote potential. But the thing is that glitz and glam doesn't impress you. You would rather be with someone who is really secure than someone who is just posing, someone who is just buying things to impress other people that they can't even really afford. Now, that's what you're staying away from, group number 3. Next up, we have the Knight of Coins reverse. So that means that any posers, anyone who is just pretending to be well off, to be important and successful, is leaving your life. These new decisions that you're making to base your love and your affection on those who love you back and those who are actually sincere and who actually have a long-term vision in mind is getting rid of the dusties. It's getting rid of those who only have potential to their name, nothing else. Here within the King of Swords, okay, come on, King of Swords, we have someone who is on a throne. They've got a legacy that they want to leave. They want to build an empire. I see here in the King of Swords that they're the type of person who isn't afraid to lay down the law, to be the new sheriff in town, to say precisely what they require, desire, and need out of a relationship, because they have a lot of practice when it comes to that at their workplace. They are a leader, they are a CEO, manager type person. They are an executive, the type of person that you think to yourself, okay, this person not only has ambition, but they've also proven themselves in the workplace. I wonder what they would be like behind closed doors. I wonder what they would be like in a relationship. Would they have just as many positive traits? I do want you to know that you are attracting all the right people who are not only influential, but also mature, group number 3. Now here within the gazelle, it's like you are out here in the savannah, you are out here in the wild, you have this gazelle-like effect on people. And why I'm saying this is because we have our cheetah right here, or at least what seems to be a cheetah, and then we've got the gazelle. So it's almost like you are prey. It's almost as though you are this very elegant, very kind of sleek, petite being to them. Okay, you may not feel like that, group number 3, but this is what you're looking like in your love story. You are someone to be quote unquote chased, someone to be pursued, and you're not easy prey. You're quick, you're fast, you make decisions of your own. And just because you look like you're elegant and you may hold back in many situations doesn't mean that you don't still have it in you to say precisely when enough is enough. Next up here within the camel, I can see that your love story is going to endure. Your love story is one where you are going to be constantly dating. You're constantly going to be pursued by your future partner and spouse. You're never going to give up going on dates together. They're never going to stop paying you compliments and, in a sense, chasing you and showing that life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Like this love story, it's not a quick thing. It's a whole marathon. It's an ultra marathon, really. The difference between a marathon and an ultra marathon is that a marathon is typically 42 kilometers, while an ultra marathon is 50 plus kilometers. There are even 200 kilometer marathons, 250. I mean, any of you who know David Goggins, you know what's up with these ultra marathons. Now, next here within the unicorn, you are one of a kind. Group number 3, you are not to be replicated or duplicated is what I meant to say here in the unicorn. You are one of a kind, not just because I call you my beautiful little unicorn, but because to them you really are that special someone that they didn't think existed for real. You know, when someone wishes that they had a partner who was kind, caring, down to earth, knew what they wanted, was intelligent and good looking and drama free, and it seems like none of these mystical creatures exist. It seems like it's just a fantasy. Well, you are all that, group number 3. You are all that and a bag of chips, as they say. Here within the unicorn, I want you to know that in your love story, you are that special someone that is irreplaceable. You are that unicorn, that mystical being that your person could only dream of until they met you. Now let's move a little more deeply into it. We've got break the chain. Now ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. All right, come on, group number 3. I see there are some ancestral patterns that you have broken, that you have healed. All right, your ancestors, they suffered, they went through some deep things. And also relationships, love stories of your ancestors, they weren't perfect. I see a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of broken marriages, homes, and relationships, kids being torn in different directions, you being one of those. And I see that you just wanted to do things differently. Your love story is not going to contain that. Your love story is breaking the chain. You're rewriting the future for yourself and offspring as well. And you're healing these patterns that were passed down because it ends with you. Now, in Take a Break, you are being reminded that it's a life's work, not a season. Okay, get off the treadmill. You don't need to constantly be running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Sometimes it's also important that you take a break from overthinking love. Group number 3, you're watching this love reading because, well, you want clarity. But how many love readings have you watched recently? How many tarot readings have you consumed? And I know it may seem so counterintuitive as a tarot reader, as someone who does this literally for a living, to tell you ease up on it. But ease up on the love readings. Of course, right after you finish the zodiac portion of my video, duh. But you get the vibes, group number 3. It's important that you're not just constantly thinking about love and wondering what's coming next. You've got your love story prediction right here. We're getting into all the deets. And then when you receive this, let it settle. Allow that to really seep into your soul and to let the clarity and the enlightenment come through when it's supposed to. Now, next up within Sir Nunus, we've got life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Okay, come on, Sir Nunus. I see here within your love story that it's going to be a very sensual one. It's going to be one filled with a lot of makeout sessions, even years into the relationship. Passion, intimacy, that's what really thrives in your love story. Not because your love is shallow or it's all about physical intimacy, not at all. The thing here is that you and your person stay wildly attracted to one another because, as already mentioned, you continue to date one another. That never stops. You never feel like, well, because we've been together for 5 years or we've got kids or it's been 3 decades in this relationship, like you don't need to date each other, like there's nothing new to learn about one another. I see here within the Holy Spirit that actually what you should expect of your love story is what seems like a sheer miracle. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. Miracles are natural occurrences. I think it's important that we remind ourselves of the fact that these anomalies in day-to-day life, they are so normal. They are such a part of nature. It's such a part of what occurs naturally in the world. And I want you to remind yourself of this and also be completely within the energy of accepting miracles for yourself and accepting that, yeah, of course miracles happen to me. Of course they're supposed to happen to me. They're a part of the natural human experience, so they're also a part of my life. Duh. I deserve miracles, and I'm going to attract more and more of those into my love story. My love story in itself is a miracle, group number 3. Those are the affirmations that are coming through for you. Now, I will carry on the extension of this first part of your prediction on my Patreon because we have a few more juicy details here that I will unravel for you over there. But of course, your zodiac signs portion of the video is still here for you to receive. Scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section. Click your sun and your moon sign. Also, watch your 7th house and your Venus if you know those placements within your birth chart, and make sure that you receive your entire love story prediction. And as mentioned, if you are part of the patron gang, we will continue the spread right here over on Patreon. If you are completely new, make sure that you join the patron gang. That is the Unicorn Army, the Society of Empresses over there. I'll leave the link in the description box so you can get all of the extended readings on there, as well as patron only content. It's really a safe space. I'm reading for a smaller audience, a smaller group. So the readings are more precise, they're juicier, we've got more details going on. And quite frankly speaking, they are free of censorship, because you know how YouTube can sometimes make that a little bit of an iffy subject. But anyways, you guys, as already mentioned, we will continue this first portion of your reading on Patreon, and I will catch all of my beautiful signs of the zodiac at the click of your timestamps. Okay, group number 3. Let's delve a little more. Oh, wow, we already have a card that popped itself right side up, and that is the Fig. Let me tell you, you and your love story, we've got vitality, we've got life force, we've got a symbol of the snake, transformation. We also have the sign right here that represents Taurus, grounded energy, vitality, earth sign energy. I see you eating a lot of healthy, natural foods. I see that when it comes to your love story, honestly, it is one that will keep you young. You and your partner are keeping each other in a space of vitality, and you are constantly looking for ways how you can remind yourself of how it was when you just met. Even decades down the line, you guys are keeping the spark alive. And that's also why we've got the Rosemary showing up here, all right? The Rosemary also brings us some Leo energy, which is ruled by the sun. And the Rosemary serves as a reminder, as a sharp memory of how things once were. And guess what? Vitality corresponds to the number 32, and then the Rosemary corresponds to the number 16, excuse me. The Fig is what corresponds to 32, which represents vitality, and then the Rosemary corresponds to 16, which is exactly half of 32. Can you believe this? So the Fig, the vitality that comes later, that comes at year 32 of this relationship and marriage, you're still vital, you're still hot, you're still really into each other, and you're reminding yourself how it was for the first 16 years, for the first half of this, and how much you learned about one another. We also have the book right here, how fun things were. The sun also represents life force, vitality, and you like to reminisce with your partner on this, and just staying really in shape is a huge part of your love story that you're engaging with the person that you're in a relationship with. Now, in Claim Your Energy, we've got the number 2, and I do also see here that your love story gives you a lot of time to do the things that you want to do. So you're fully supported in your hobbies, your own ventures, your own business, because your partner wants you to do that. Your partner wants you to be happy. They want you to feel like you are actually pursuing your wildest dreams and goals and aspirations. And I see here within Tell It Like It Is, if you've got a knack for music, for poetry, for singing, okay, I want you to know here that you've got a little music career ahead of you in your love story, where your partner is actually supporting you and is actually showing you like, hey, I'm here for you no matter what. They are looking for different ways how you can get on stage, how you can perform, how you can pursue your dream of speaking up, even in the sense of music. And your partner is not on social media, okay? And disconnect, I can see that that is not their thing. Your love story is void of social media and internet drama, which I'm really happy to announce. Congratulations, group number 3, because guess what? Nobody wants social media drama or anything on the interweb to destroy their relationship and to make it more difficult and to cause any kind of trust issues. And that's something that you've definitely ruled out in your relationship, and I'm so proud of you for that. It's super mature of you to be in a place where that's no longer something that you're dealing with. It's no longer something that occupies you or your relationship. And I definitely want you to understand, group number 3, that when it comes to your love story, you're with someone who wants to be in the moment. They don't want to waste their life away on social media. They don't want to waste their time just being in a space that isn't real. They are the type of person who kind of puts quality time over everything. Now let's add some letters into your reading. All right, we've got R as well as U. So you are. And what else do we have here? Group number 3. Let's see, we have N as well as O. Okay. Let's just add a few more letters into your reading. Okay, we have N as well as O again. So we have noon here. So you're going to meet them at noon. That's when you will meet the person with whom your love story will play out with. And you are meeting them at noon. All right. So if noon is a time of the day where you feel like you are authentic, if noon is one of your favorite times of the day to go out, to go for lunch, to go for brunch, it makes sense because honestly, your energy is just on point then. And you're the most approachable at that time of the day. So noon is when you are going to meet the person with whom your love story is going to play out with. Group number 3. We'll delve a little more deeply into your prediction when we get into the zodiac portion. So scroll back into the description box, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and we'll be fast forwarded to part 2 of your reading to add on to this first part to receive your full love story prediction. So I will catch you at the click of your next timestamp. Hello, my beautiful soul of group number 4. What is up? I can't wait to delve into part 1 of your prediction, which is based on the group that you chose at the start of this video. Let's get into your love story. You chose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot as well as the Amethyst Crystal. This is the beautiful Amethyst Crystal, which is a stone that brings out your intuition and allows you to actually just have a stronger sense of your psychic abilities arise. So if you've always thought that you were kind of a little clairvoyant, clairsentient, amethyst is a stone that can help support bring out the best of you. So let's delve into your reading, shall we, to figure out precisely what your love story is going to look like before we actually move into the zodiac portion, which makes for part 2 of your prediction. So part 1 is happening right here. Group number 4, we've got thought. I can see here that you've got a thought in your mind about what your love story is meant to be and meant to look like, and hold that thought right here, group number 4. Know that your thought is closer to the reality that will be yours than you ever expected. So remind yourself, your thoughts do become your reality. If your thoughts are often circled around fears when it comes to your love story, try to reframe those thoughts into thoughts about precisely what you desire. Because when you think about exactly what you want here within thought, do know that that's what you're manifesting. Do know that that's what you're getting closer to when it comes to your love story. Your thoughts are becoming reality when it comes to your love story, because it's almost like you're brewing it, you're cooking it up, you're the one that's creating it. Next up, we have the 9 of Fire. And the 9 of Fire, I can see that what will be part of your love story is recurring gifts with roses, with light pink and white roses. Those will be given to you on a weekly basis in your love story by your future partner, and it's going to be like a ritual. It's something that they bring to you. Also, they're the type of person who feels very passionate about love, but also taking care of their body. So we've got a pretty ripped physique here. We have someone who has a very muscular type of body structure. They are the type of person who takes care of themselves in every way. They work out a lot, and they used to do team sport. They're very athletic. That used to be something that they did in college and high school, and they did it every day very intensively. They were part of a national team. They were part of a very advanced version of that sport. Not quite professionally, but they were en route to getting there. Next up, within desire, I see that your love story is filled with you actually finally living your desires. So the things that you wanted out of your love story, going after them, following that gut feeling, intuitively deciding to go on the dating app, to go on that date, to match with that person, to be okay with your friends setting you up with another individual. And desire shows us here that actually a lot of people desire you more than you ever thought. So you're more desirable than you've given yourself credit for. And I see that your love story will bring you a lot of different options of people who desire you, a lot of different quote-unquote creatures, signs, a lot of different signs and personalities that want to be close to you, that desire you, that want to be together with you. That's what I can see here within desire for you, group number 4. And just a love life that is filled with wanting to be with you, wanting to be together. And here within the 5 of Wands, what I see is that people will literally be fighting for your attention. There will be this love triangle, or even this situation in which there are more than two people fighting for your attention, fighting for your love. It's like it's a competition. And the person that feels closest to you is going to try to protect what they feel is quote unquote theirs, as in like you are theirs. But I do see here within the Five of Wands that this is actually something that is very flattering on the path to your ideal love story, to have some hot individuals fighting over you, desiring to be with you, lusting over you, group number 4. Okay, this is a really interesting love story. One of these individuals is the King of Swords, so air sign energy, think Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. They are a very creative and adventurous type of person. They're older than you. The King of Swords is the type of person that is like a lawyer. They work in the medical field. They have a really good education, and they're pretty advanced within their career. That's why they're the king. They have a lot of power in what they do. People respect them. People look up to them. And this is one of the people who wants to use their reputation and what they've built in order to impress you. Ooh, we've also got the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is even a step higher than the individual in the King of Swords. Like, this is not the lawyer, but the guy who owns several law firms. Like, he is a lawyer, but he owns several law firms. This is not the surgeon. This is the surgeon that owns several hospitals. You know what I'm saying? This is the Emperor. This is the person that is even a step above the King of Swords, and they too are in the running for your love and to be part of your love story. So it's gonna be like one good option after the next, group number 4. And I'm really excited for you. I'm really excited that we will see this happening and that you will have options. You will be able to pick the perfect match for yourself. And I see here that during the month of November is when you're taking that big decision, is when you're making the choice of who you will really settle with. But the thing is, people say don't let your boyfriend get in the way of you finding your husband. And until someone has really expressed serious intention towards you wanting to settle down and has actually taken action on it, you're a free person. But I see here in December and November, that's when things are really getting spicy and interesting in the sense of engagement, in the sense of marriage plans, in the sense of pregnancy. You get the vibes, group number 4. So up until then, you're having fun, you're living life, and you're enjoying all of this attention that you're getting, all of this amazing intention from people to really be with you in the long term. Commitment. I mean, Spirit doesn't lie. The cards are literally giving us feedback and synchronicity after synchronicity. We just spoke about commitment and people wanting to commit to you, and you settling also once you see the commitment is there. And I see here for you, group number 4, that that's what you're getting. Your love story is all about getting that commitment first. And you are finding that it's almost crazy how you went from a place of feeling like nobody wants to commit to you, like you're the one who was thirsty for commitment, that was almost desperate for someone to commit, to now all of a sudden the tables have turned in your love story, and it's like everyone wants to commit to you. Everyone wants forever with you and to be a team with you. Next up, we've got psychic abilities. Didn't we just speak about this with the amethyst crystal? I mean, guys, unicorn fam, we can't make this up. Psychic abilities and you picking the amethyst crystal, it goes hand in hand. Your third eye is opening, which shows here that your psychic abilities are really having a huge kind of upheaval. They're going to come out in ways that you didn't expect them to, and they will help you in your love story to discern who is for you and who is just like a temporary placeholder. Now, psychic abilities also allow for us to discern whether someone has good intentions with us. And I do want you to know that in your love story, activating your psychic abilities, it may have some people freaked out that you're seeing or dating, but you will date someone who is also very psychic, actually, who has the sense of knowing before something has even happened. It's like they have this clairvoyant part of themselves where they can already tell in which direction a relationship is going without it having happened, and you connect on that deep level because they're the type of person who also goes through phases of lucid dreams, and you'll share some divine insights that you have with one another and supernatural experiences. Now, here within Pegasus, we have transcending, and that's precisely what your love story is about. It's about blurring the lines between the real and the supernatural, and what seems fake, what seems magical, ethereal, and too good to be true. Your love story is really about actually almost being in your own bubble, in a dream world, dreamland. And here within the storm spirit, know that your love story will commence on a very stormy night. You will meet your person. There will be thunder. There will be chaos in your town, in your city, because everything is going to be kind of like blown all over the place from the wind, from the weather. And I want you to know here that that will be your sign, your synchronicity, that you pick the right one, and that your love story with this one individual is commencing and is about to move into the part where it gets good, right? Where we get into the love. So let's see what additional info that Spirit is giving us in the form of actually having some letters as well. So we've got EST, okay, or STE. Let's see what else that we have here as we pull a few more letters into your reading. Okay, we have D and L. So what else that Spirit wants to guide us towards? So we've got another D and a blank rune. So one thing that I see here is short form for Theodore. We've got Ted, and then we've got SLD as important parts within their name. We also have Les, all right? That is another combination. And then the blank rune and D tells us about their last name. It tells us about the letter with which their last name begins. Now, group number 4, I will get into even more juicy details and extend this reading. The extension of this reading will be on Patreon, but fear not, all of the zodiac readings are linked below in the description box and also pinned to the top of the comment section. So being part of the Patreon fam, which I know a lot of you are, you can watch the extension of group number 4 over on Patreon. And for my remaining beautiful little unicorns, click the timestamp of your sun and moon sign, your 7th house, and your Venus if you know all of those parts of your birth chart, and you will be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video, in which you will receive the second, even more personalized and intricate part of your love story reading. So I will catch you all at the click of your timestamps and over on Patreon, of course. All right, group number 4, let's delve a little bit more deeply into your reading, shall we? Let's figure out some more info about your love story. So here within the horse, I can see that your love story brings you more freedom than you've had before. So the person that you will end up with is someone that loves freedom themselves and wants to give you your freedom too. So you will always be able to express precisely how you feel, what you're going through, and also if they have gotten on your nerves, if they have done something that you don't appreciate or you don't like, they will always have an open ear to listening, to being there to correct their mistakes and their behavior. And honestly, like, their biggest thing is that they want to give you enough freedom so they never lose you. Now, within the raccoon, I do see that you're a night owl and that the person that you'll end up with feels the same way. They also get really creative at night, and in a way, they feel a little bit of safety at night too. There's a reason why this is. Already in an early age, you've maybe had some spurts of creativity at night, and even though you weren't allowed to stay awake past your bedtime, you still did it. You still kind of like secretly were creating and doing things. And I do see here in the horse and the raccoon that what that has done for you is it's created a time of day where you create your best work, and your love story is also going to have the most passionate moments then, behind closed doors, if you know what I mean, and is also going to have its moment in which you realize like, oh wow, okay, we really vibe after like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and the world slows down. Now, the turtle shows us when it comes to your love story that it is meant to be a long-lasting one. It is a love that grows slowly but surely and steadily. And from the beginning, you'll have really strong feelings for one another, but you will grow your empire in a really steady way with this person. So nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels like you put in too much too quickly. And you're getting to know each other first in a platonic sense. So you're first best friends, and then you become lovers. It's not like immediately becoming lovers. It's not immediately turning into this couple. Quite the opposite, actually. You value each other so much, and because they had to fight for you, because there was this love triangle before they could get to actually being the main person that you picked, they really don't want to mess things up. And you, on the other hand, group number 4, 0 fucks given. All right, you don't really care about what anyone thinks of you anymore. And this is a new attitude that has changed from like people pleasing and wondering what they think, whether they like you or not, to really just giving 0 fucks, because to you, you've done the people pleasing ish. You've done all of that, and where has it gotten you? It doesn't actually, in the end, make you more wanted or popular, quite the opposite. So the less you care, the more they want you. The less you show that it's important to be liked, the more they are like obsessed with being liked by you, with you liking them. Moving further into your reading and be open to receiving, I want you to know here that when it comes to your love life, you are actually going to be this person that receives from others more than they give when it comes to material goods. So you're going to marry into wealth. You're going to have a love story in which your partner gives you a lot more. That doesn't mean that you don't give to them. That doesn't mean that you don't provide anything in the relationship, or like you're not generous too, but it's just they love to give. Their language is to give you gifts. That's their love language. And receiving these gifts is an important skill for you to acquire, group number 4, because that makes them really happy. That makes them feel valued. That makes them feel seen. And that makes them also feel loved and cared for. They want you to receive these gifts. And here within Diana, I see that the more you think about what you desire, the more you set your sights high, just expect the best possible outcome. This is a full circle moment to the first card that we received here, which is the thoughts card. Remember, group number 4, and it closes this full circle into reminding yourself that your thoughts are magnetic, and your thoughts do end up becoming your reality, especially in love. At this time, I want you to know that you are more powerful in creating the romantic life that you desire than you ever knew. And for you to keep those thoughts clean, because how you think about your romantic life, how you think your love life to be, is how it will be. Okay, so keep the negative thoughts at bay, keep the worry at bay, the anxiety away. You don't need all of that, group number 4. Now, we are at the end of this part of your reading, the first part of your prediction, and now I'll delve into the zodiac portions of your reading. So scroll down into the description box, click your zodiac signs timestamp. Don't forget you can tune into your sun, your moon sign, your Venus, and your 7th house. And I can't wait for you to receive your highly personalized love story prediction, where we complete the reading that you are meant to receive, group number 4. So I'll catch you during your zodiac signs portion of this video. Hello, my beautiful Aries babies. Welcome to your love story reading, the Aries portion of it. So you are either an Aries sun, moon in your 7th house, or in your Venus. I recommend that you watch all of these placements to get the perfect combination, the perfect personal reading for you. And we're going to get into it. I've also got our divination board ready so we can use our astro dice and a lot of other beautiful divination tools for us to figure out precisely what your love story is meant to be. So let's get into it. First up, we have got the number 15 for you. The number 15, a combination of 1 and 5. The number 1 in numerology is a number of leadership, and the number 5 is a very competitive number. So the person with whom your love story is going to play out with is a competitive leader. They always want to strive for more. And in connectivity with Aries energy, which is really enthusiastic and outgoing, energetic, I want you to know here that that is actually a great combination that sparks adventure constantly. So you're not going to be in a boring love story or a boring relationship. You're going to be in one that keeps you on your toes. And for the number 15, do we have someone's birthday too? Well, we've got Libra energy here. So within Libra, we've got an air sign, all right? So your love story playing out with a Libra whose birthday is on the 15th. And I want you to understand that Libra energy is diplomatic energy. So while they love to get things done, they love adventure, they're a very pioneering type of person, a leader, they also like to chill at times. They like to have a balance. Libra is ruled by Venus, so your love story will play out with someone who is extremely sensual. So they like to be intimate, they like to have that aspect of the relationship work out, and they're overall the type of person who also enjoys some of the finer things in life. So here we've got a plant as well as this little symbol of someone doing the tree pose when it comes to yoga, and this landed on no. Then we also have the starfish that we received outside of our divination board, so I'll just give it one more try. Also not landing on anything. Still not landing on anything. Okay, we've got the starfish on no. So let me tell you, for your love story, what you're not doing in your love story is you're not going to end up with someone who is into this yogic lifestyle and plant-based. You're going to be polar opposites. If you're into that, it doesn't mean that you won't get along with this person. It just means they themselves will learn this from you. They themselves are quote-unquote deficient in this, not that they're missing anything, but you get what I mean, my gorgeous Aries. They're going to learn these things from you. They're going to learn spirituality from you, crystals, tarot, all of these types of things they're not yet into, or at least not without you. And here with the starfish landing on no, I do also see that they're the type of person who doesn't like to be the center of attention. Your love story is bound to play out with someone who likes to make you the center of attention, who likes to focus on your needs, your wants, the things that you desire. They don't like to be the one that's putting themselves on the forefront. And next we've got the dark man. We shuffled the cards, and out of 200 individual tea leaf fortune cards, and barely any of them have depictions of people on them, we received the dark man. So dealings are a relationship with a man with dark complexion or dark hair. That's what we've got here for you when it comes to your love story. And they also have very masculine features. They have features that are a little dark. They can even be a little intimidating to those who don't know them. So we have a very strong personality here for your love story, which is maybe exactly what you need. Someone who's also physically strong, who can literally carry you around, even if you're not the lightest person in the world, even if you're tall or you're someone who isn't like tiny and petite. I want you to know that the dark man has absolutely no issue with that. Next up, we have the hanged man. Now, the hanged man here in German, der Gehängte, is showing us that your love story allows you to see things from a different perspective. You've never had a love like this. Your love story is meant to play out with someone that makes you feel wildly different than you've ever felt before. They're so different than anyone you've ever been with. So if you, for example, never been with someone who has tattoos, who's a little rough around the edges, who maybe also physically looks different, dresses differently, your lover that you'll end up with, your partner, your husband, your wifey, the person that you'll spend the rest of your life with, they're wildly different from your usual type. And that's how you know it's right, because you're not going for a specific checklist. You're just following your heart when it comes to this. We've got the emperor. They're a boss, okay? They're someone who knows what they want and they go for it. They've got a lot of power. and respect in their community and at their job. And with the owl sitting on their shoulder, they're a very wise person. And we have dark features again, right here within the Emperor. So the dark features of the Emperor, that also tells us that this is the type of person who isn't afraid to step outside of the norm to get things done. So even if someone says no to them, like if you have an issue at home, like your roof needs to be fixed, your pipes, for example, as you're living with this person, and someone says that they can't do it, it's going to be something that's really costly, they're a really great negotiator and they will find someone who can do it. They don't take no for an answer. And funny enough, my gorgeous Aries baby, actually the Emperor, on an astrological standpoint, the Emperor corresponds to Aries energy. And this is the energy of leadership as well. And I want you to know your love story, it's not going to be like a struggle between two leaders. It's going to be two people who can lead, who know what they want out of life, working together to get more of what they desire out of life. That's the vibe. That's the energy. And here within the Archangel Michael, you're safe. That's one thing about your love story. You're safe, and you can surrender your concerns and allow for your love story to just be enjoyed, to live it out, to live it up as well, and to not worry so much about what tomorrow will bring, because you know that this is someone who is reliable. Now, next up, we've got Paul the Venetian. Paul the Venetian is a symbol of experiencing grace, gratitude, true love, care, and consideration from another person. So this is the type of love story where actually you will be very well respected in your person's community. They are the dark man, the dark masculine, and a lot of other masculine individuals in this person's life and in your life. They're going to know precisely, they've got to respect you because you're not in a love story or in a relationship with someone who's afraid to speak up or someone who isn't protective. Okay, they're a very protective type of person. They like to be the head of the household in many ways, while still appreciating your opinions and your wants, your needs, the things that you bring to the relationship. But they do have strong masculine energy. The beaver shows that this is someone that you will build a home with. The beaver actually builds different habitats for other creatures, and the beaver is responsible for a lot of changes in the environment. The beaver is a destroyer and a builder, so building your home from the ground up with your soulmate is what I'm getting here for your love story. Building your own house, your own living space from scratch, from the ground up, and making it exactly how you've always wanted it to be. That's what I see within the beaver energy for you, my beautiful Aries. And the elephant shows us that we also have this strength that comes from a place of gentleness and of having earned respect too. So your person isn't a tyrant just because they have a lot of power or a lot of say. They're not just using and abusing it at all. They've earned it. They have worked hard to be where they are today. And the elephant, as well as the flame that we have here with the elephant, it shows us that they want to basically take over the world. They're the type of individual who loves to be creative. They have a very creative knack, a creative spark, and they're not afraid of anything or anyone. They're not afraid of any situation. And one of the biggest things in your love story is turning creative passion into something tangible. So your person is not just a dreamer, they're also an achiever, my beautiful Aries. So I feel inclined to clear and cleanse the space so we can move just a little more deeply into the second, even more personal part of your reading. So just hold on tight and I'll be right back with you. Hello again, my beautiful Aries. Did you miss me? Let's get a little more deeply into your love story, shall we? All right, so first up, we have don't dim to fit in. Standing out is your birthright. It's something that you've probably always felt in your soul, and it's maybe even been obvious, physically speaking, like you're the black sheep of the family, something is very different about you. There's just something about you that is not dimming to fit in and never has. So growing up, you may have wished that you were more like everyone else so that you would fit in more easily and you wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb, but there are just things that you can't change about yourself that just make you different. And now as an adult, you're learning that you should have never tried to dim to fit in. You were born to stand out, and your love story is meant to be one that is in coherence with that kind of energy. Within Get Grounded, I do also see that you're a highly sensitive person. You have this empath energy of someone who does really well when they connect with nature. That's your sanctuary, that's your safe space. So within Don't Dim to Fit In and Get Grounded, your love story is going to play out in a lot of scenarios in nature. So going on hikes with your partner, doing picnics, enjoying the finer things in life, but also enjoying simplicity. And in Getting Grounded, I do also see here that having a little meditation practice is something that you and your partner really appreciate doing together and having with one another. Now, the Two of Crystals shows me that in your love story, you will have to make a very difficult choice, a choice of leaving what you know behind and moving somewhere else, moving somewhere completely new. But you like these decisions because you know that in order to experience something great and different and something memorable, you're going to have to step out of what you know and get into the unknown, the discomfort of the unknown. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse shows us here that your love story is one of things that are fated happening and you thinking to yourself that you maybe have control over it, but you don't. Your person is already selected for you. Your person is already out here basically waiting for you to find them, waiting for you to be with them. Your love story is already written. It's already decided for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's just a matter of time for when this love story is going to start to play out. It's a matter of time and you being ready as well. Now, the tarantula shows us here that your love story is one that is very quick, very witty. In a sense, also, a love story that not many others are going to experience. It's a different one. It's something about it is just giving this energy of things being unusual. And there we go, we've got the unicorn. A mystical being that only exists so far within fantasy lands and our imagination. We don't actually know if unicorns are really real, right? But that's precisely what your love story is. It's the unicorn of love stories. It's the one that's different, that's mystical, that's hard to reach, that's hard to compare to anything, and seems almost like out of a fairy tale. And the oyster shows us here that on the outside, you would never know how connected you actually are with your partner. I see here that on the outside, you probably both look like very good together in the sense of being conventionally attractive, and it's like, well, of course they're together. They're both hot, they're both successful, they both have a lot going on for them, but people don't understand the depth on the inside and how little you actually care about one another's physique and how much more you actually love and value what goes on the inside, how much you actually love and adore your partner's personality and everything that you've been through with them together. So your love story is really one for the books, my beautiful Aries, and is one that I want you to know is unusual in the best possible way. I do also want to add some letters into your reading. So we've got I, and we've got D, we've got E, we've got S, and we've got E again. All right, so one thing I'm getting here immediately is seed, and then we also have I. So a thing here within seed is planting a seed and that growing. And with I, meaning you, my gorgeous Aries, plant the seed for this love story. Plant the seed by putting yourself out there. Plant the seed by creating a goal or a vision board and putting the love story that you wish to live out on that goal and vision board, making sure that you have a visual representation that plants the seed every single day for the future of your love life and of your love story. It is up to you. You are the main character of this love story. And I want you to know that you have more power in this situation than you maybe ever knew. Now, my beautiful Aries baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. As already mentioned, all of the links to my tarot and oracle decks can be found below in the description box, as well as my crystal jewelry, so check that out. I hope that you enjoyed this two-part prediction, that you found it insightful, and I can't wait for us to catch up with one another during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my absolutely stunning Taurus babies. Welcome to the second, more intricate part of your reading, where we delve into everything that there is to know about your love story. So let's get into it, shall we, and uncover more depths about what's going on in your love story and why this Taurus placement is an important part of it. So first we have the Ten of Earth. Now the Ten of Earth, when this card shows up, it shows that in the earthly realm, in the material realm, think money, a home, a stable financial income, that will be fulfilled in your love story. That is something that is on 10, that is completely full, that you don't wish any more of. So here within the Ten of Earth, I can definitely see that stability in the earthly realm, it's part of your story. You're not meant to be with someone who isn't financially literate or financially secure. I'm also getting these vibes of being with someone who comes from a rather affluent background. Here we have the Seven of Fire, and in the Seven of Fire, I do see that your love story is going to play out in a very mysterious way. So this is not going to be a straightforward introduction to being your partner. I do see here that you're going to meet and your ways are going to part before you come back together again. So it's going to be a love story that has a lot of intricacies, that has a lot of moments in which you think to yourself, is this my person? What just happened? How is this going to ever come together in the way that I want it to? So the Seven of Wands, it's not that they're not showing interest in you at all. You both are very interested in one another, but at first it seems like right person, wrong time, if you know what I mean. But here within the Four of Fire, we have confirmation from your guides that once you've set your sights on one another, that's what you're going for. That's what you're aiming for. That is your target. And once it's like you're marked, there is no getting away from that. Once you're marked, it's gonna happen. And it reminds me almost of like Twilight or Vampire Diaries, when they mark this individual, when they mark someone and the hunter can't help but go after this person, pursue this individual. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here for you, my beautiful Taurus baby. And it is mutual. It's a mutual feeling of wanting one another, and your love story has a lot of very fulfilling aspects to it, not just financially and in a material sense, but also emotionally and sensually. Next up, we have the Brown Bear Spirit in reverse. So rather than taking time out, this is where you tap in, all right? Your love story is finally an end to taking time out, of not feeling like you want to date or not feeling like there's any eligible people out here. And the Brown Bear Spirit also shows you stepping out of a space of hibernation. This showing up in reverse shows that your hibernation is done. Your love story is coming towards you sooner than you expected. Now, the Sandpiper Spirit in reverse shows us that when it comes to your love story, of course there will be playful aspects, but you also mean business. Like, this is not just for fun. This is not a situationship. Your love story does not consist of endless situationships and not knowing where you stand with another person. And then we also have the Lion Spirit in reverse. You are only generous to those who are generous to you. You love those who love you. No more of this emotional self-harm of being with people who aren't committed to you. No more of this emotional self-harm of almost in a way chasing those who don't chase you. That time has come and gone, my beautiful Taurus baby. You're not engaging in that anymore. You're actually literally just reciprocating what you're receiving. And this is a better approach for you because you're naturally a very empathetic person. So you can tend to give and give and give and never receive anything in return. And you've noticed that. And we're course correcting. And it's okay to sometimes have to course correct. Yes, the universe is confirming we've got the synchronicity here of receiving. We just spoke about receiving. And your guides are confirming very steadily here within your reading that now this love story is time for you to be open to receiving, time for you to be open to receiving love, attention, adoration, time for you to be open to receive gifts as well. All right, so things in the earthly realm, and for you to receive real love, real commitment. And within your tribe, your vibe, I want you to know your friends and your family are super excited for this. They're very, very excited for your love story when it begins to play out because they can see this is the one. They can see this is the right person. They can sense, all right, things are different for you now. You're not dealing with anyone who plays games any longer. I also want to add some letters into your reading, my beautiful Taurus. Okay, we've got R, O, and I. Return on investment. Okay, here we go. And Roy in French, I believe, also means king. This is very interesting. So here, return on investment, it's a little self-explanatory. So this is a love story where you are actually going to get your return on investment. Everything that you invest, your emotions, your time, your energy, your resources, they're all going to come back to you tenfold. You're getting a good return on investment. This is a love story that's meant to be for you. And I also see here that when it comes to your return on investment, the thing is like putting in as much as they're putting in is great because you tend to overextend yourself early on in relationships. And I also see here that being healed is a prerequisite for your love story. Having sought out counseling, having done the work, done the healing, gone to therapy if that's accessible to you. And I do see here that the person that you'll end up with is a believer in that, and they actually have someone who's a therapist within their family. Now, here within practice, your love story will be with someone who is very much into being disciplined. They practice a lot. They play a musical instrument, and they're the type of person who has an artistic side. Now, them practicing is something that's a huge turn on because it shows consistency and it shows dependability for you when you see them being committed to a craft and a hobby. Now, my gorgeous Taurus baby, this is the reading I received for you, and I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section. Leave a little bear emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a Taurus and you watched the second part of your prediction, because that's the only way that anyone would know. And furthermore, as already mentioned, the links to my decks as well as my crystal jewelry can be found below in the description box. Make sure you check that out if you're interested in adding some gorgeous, very healing, meaningful crystals to your jewelry collection that can help support you on a day-to-day basis by wearing their energy. It's all in the descriptions of each product on my website, so you can check that out. And my gorgeous Taurus baby, wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all of my gorgeous Gemini babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your love story reading, where we get into even more juicy details about how your love story is going to play out and who it's going to be with. Now let's get into it, my beautiful Gemini. Let's see precisely what is coming towards you in love. Now we have the Nine of Wands and the King of Wands. What I want you to know here with this combination is that actually the Nine of Wands and the King of Wands shows us someone who has been through a lot, who has been through the ringer. You're going to be with someone who has an incredible life story of how they started from the bottom before they got to the top, and they're the type of person that a lot of others respect and see as motivation and inspiration. And they want to be with you because they get that feeling that others get from them. They get that from you. my beautiful Gemini baby. They get that from being around you, from being in your presence, from spending time with you. They absolutely love and adore being around you, and they find it an honor to even be with you. So your love story is going to be with someone who truly and deeply respects you. So we have one card right here for you, as well as another one. We're going to pull that in just a second. We're going to turn it right side up, but I do feel like we're not quite done up here with this Wandering Star Tarot deck. So let's see what additional info we're going to get. We have the Star Mother. Okay, amazing. The Star Mother brings us the message of a strong yes, a hell yes. So your love story is a hell yes. I want you to know that you choosing this person and them choosing you is going to be a mutual full body yes, a full body I want to be with this person. I also see here with the King of Wands and the Nine of Wands and the Star Mother that they respect their elders and their mom a lot. Your future spouse, your future person has an amazing relationship with the mother figure in their life, with any female figures that they come across, and they really value women. Next up, we have El Moria as well as Serapis Bay. So we've got someone that's going to be in your love story that has olive skin, that is the type of person that others respect deeply. Serapis Bay is all about ascension, moving into your true self, rising above the darkness. And that's exactly what your person did. That's also what you love about them, is that regardless of what they've been through, regardless of the trials and tribulations, they still came out the other side wanting to always take the high road. And in El Moria, I can see awakening presence and the fact that your guides, the universe, is with you. You've got a cloak of protection and love that you've got by nature, my gorgeous Gemini, but I see that being in this love story is giving you extra protection, extra love, just an extra coating of all of this goodness because you're with the right person. Your love story is also going to play out with someone who is very ambitious, who has a lot of goals that they've set out for the next 5 to 10 years. So they're a person with a plan, and we've got this very strong divine masculine energy. And they're also a pretty modest person, so to say. So they dress in a very classic type of way. They almost look and seem a little bit conservative, but trust me, there is a lot that does not meet the eye. So let's not judge a book by its cover and move a little more deeply into your reading. Now we've got trust. It's a huge factor in your love story, having trust, trusting your partner, them trusting you as well. And just overall, that trust being the core of the relationship of your love story. You know what it's like when trust is broken. You know what it's like for your heart to be shattered and to be in pain and to ask yourself why this is even happening to you. So having trust is the most important aspect of your love story, and your partner gets it because they themselves, they've actually been cheated on. Someone went behind their back that should have been very close to them. I see that here with the Nine of Wands. Someone that they saw as a best friend, as a brother almost, and went behind their back and did something that was unforgivable. Both this close friend as well as their partner, the person that they were with in an intimate way. So feeling like the people who you should be able to trust and who know everything about you have gone behind your back and have in a way betrayed you, that's something that your future spouse knows really well. And so therefore trust is really important to them. They don't want to have to doubt how you're feeling about them. They don't want to have to doubt whether you are actually being faithful to them. If that is a feeling that they get, they're not even going to further pursue the relationship because they want to stay in an inspired state. They are the kind of person who loves to create, who loves to just have fun and let loose together. And when they constantly have to overthink whether they can trust you, whether everything is okay, whether you're on the same page, it's not really the kind of vibe that they can cope with or that they want to go for. They want a peaceful life. They've done all the drama. They've done all the challenges. Now what they want is peace and freedom mentally and internally with you in this love story. And I see here that in the past, you may have felt like love was confining, like you were almost in a golden cage, so to say, and opening that up, tasting freedom, tasting what it's like to be in a relationship where you're actually free to express how you feel, what you're going through, what you desire, what you want out of the relationship. This is something that gives you a completely new outlook on love, on the world, and on how a relationship is supposed to be, really. I also want to use some of our astro dice to just get a little bit more insight on your person. Okay, we have some big Taurus energy. Taurus energy is earth sign energy, someone who is dependable, who has almost like zaddy energy, if you know what I mean. Taurus is ruled by Venus and also is a very physical person. So they like things that are aesthetically pleasing. So they like things like nice clothes, nice underwear, when your hair is done, when your face looks fresh and clean and taken care of. And then we also have the number 11. So they are a life path number 11. Let's just zoom in here. Make sure this is in focus. So I'm getting life path number 11 in Taurus for your person, for your love story. 11 is a master number. It's a life path number that's given to a lot of teachers, a lot of leaders, people in general who aren't afraid to be out there, to be the ones that are in charge, and who are very practical and grounded and humble. That's the kind of person that I see you being with. Another thing that I'm getting here in the King of Wands, as well as trust and inspiration, is someone who works either in the medical field, in the legal system, or at the government, because you need to have a lot of trust in them. You need to have a lot of trust in order to even be in that position. You need to be able to rely on that person. They have to be dependable. Again, there's a reason why they're a Taurus. They're also practical. And I do also want you to understand here that despite everything they have experienced, they still believe in true love and they still believe in the goodness of other people. So this is a pretty positive individual. Now, my beautiful Gemini baby, this is the reading that I received for you, the second part of your prediction. I hope that you enjoyed adding this on to the first part. Before you leave this video, don't forget to check out the description box. I have the links to all of my decks as well as my crystal jewelry and also my courses all linked below. And if you're not yet subscribed, but you watched all the way to the end, what are you doing, my beautiful Gemini? Make sure you hit that subscribe button to never miss another reading. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, my gorgeous fellow Cancerian crab babies. How are you doing? Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your love story prediction, which I can't wait for us to get into so we can figure out precisely what your love story is all about and all of the additional details that we didn't get to cover during the first part of your reading. So first up, we've got the Lizard Spirit, but in reverse for you. Now, let me just show you this card upright so you can get an idea of what the Lizard Spirit looks like. Now, the Lizard Spirit is a card that shows us in reverse that actually you have a lot of your love story that's already in place, ready to go, waiting for you to just pull the trigger. So you have done a lot of internal work. You have healed. You look good on the outside. You've got an education. You've got some great prospects for your professional future that lay ahead of you. And you're really the full package. But the thing here in the Lizard Spirit is that it's time to actually even become aware of this and to put yourself out there without feeling the need to settle for less when less comes along. I see here within the Lion Spirit for you that you're a very generous kind of person. And when you're super generous, or shall I say even a little too generous, you may actually fall prey to narcissists and people along the way that aren't deserving of that generosity. So for you, it's important on the journey of your love story and experiencing love in so many different ways to keep your standards high and to remind yourself of the fact that everything that you desire, you also deserve, because guess what? you have everything that you desire. You desire someone that's kind. Well, you're just that. You desire someone that is successful. Well, you're just that. You desire someone that you can build a life with. Well, you are just that, my gorgeous Cancerian. So next up, we have got the Bat Spirit. The Bat Spirit tells us that you are ready now. It's not like you have to go through this next glow up, this next transformation, this next stage. No, you're actually ready now for your love story. You're ready now for a relationship. You're ready now to be in a commitment that in the past you maybe always thought to yourself, well, I guess I just need to go through like this one more stage, this one more thing, and then I'll get there. You're already ready for it now. The Bobcat Spirit shows us that actually when it comes to your love story, you're going to be with someone who has a very wild side to them and who is pretty mysterious. So you're not going to be able to read them just at the beginning. And the Bobcat Spirit also corresponds to the number 8, which is a really prosperous number. I'm getting these life path number 8 vibrations from your person. And also when I see the Bobcat, what I'm getting is your person having these piercing eyes, like green eyes that are very intense, and also them having features that are not necessarily like feline, but that you can see are very beautiful in a conventional way. So the person that your love story will play out with is like model material. They may have never modeled a day in their life, but that's just how good that they look. And they have this wild side that also attracts other people to them. And don't be shocked when people try to flirt with them. Don't be shocked when you see that they've had a lot of suitors in the past, a lot of people, obsessed exes, because they're just the type of person that is hard to let go of because they're so different, they're so mesmerizing. Now, within the Master Buddha, we've got an increase in awareness. I do see here that your love story is actually going to be with someone who is spiritually on a similar path to you, who likes to look inward, who likes to self-reflect. This is the type of person that can say sorry. So it's not like an argumentative individual. I do see here that your love story will be with someone who is grounded, who is kind, who is gentle. And Mother Mary shows us in Love and Peace that you're letting go of the need to be right with this person, and they're doing the same for you. There's never like an argument or a disagreement that you have with this person that's just out of pure ego and no one wanting to be wrong. You choose peace instead. And another thing here in your love story is that mother healing is available and possible at that time, because somehow your love story, your relationship, potentially even your relationship that you have with your own kids, is going to shine a completely different light on the relationship that you have with the mom, the mother figure that you were given in this lifetime. And it's going to give you an outlook of peace, of not caring to be right, but instead to heal any wounds and patterns, and to focus on even having a relationship, on even being able to spend time together, and on how you make one another feel moving forward. So your love story is actually affecting so many parts of your life in the most positive way. And next up here within the Chariot, I want you to understand that your love story is going to happen really rapidly. So from getting to know them to actually committing to being in a marriage, to being engaged, living together, everything is going to be streamlined, and it's going to happen within just a few months. It's not going to take you very long to decide that you actually want to be with this person. And I also want us to add some astro dice within your reading. Okay, we've got 6. That's the number that we landed on. Now, 6 tells us that 6 months is your timeline. That's your timeline with the forward movement until it's locked in, until the relationship is completely officialized for you, my gorgeous crab baby. And then rolling another die, we received Libra as a symbol. Libra is an air sign that's very diplomatic, very caring, kind. Libra is also a sign that is ruled by Venus and is very indecisive at times. So because you know what you want and you can be pretty decisive, that also kind of puts Libra at ease, because Libra knows, all right, if a decision has to be made, I can count on my Cancerian lover. I can count on the crab in my life to help us make a decision and to help us know precisely what we want out of life. Now, we've also got the King of Diamonds here. So the King of Diamonds shows us that things are all under control, and you have been worrying for no reason in many ways when it comes to your love life and your love story. The King of Diamonds shows us someone who knows what to do with their diamonds. They know how to invest their diamonds. They know precisely how to earn more diamonds, how to mine more diamonds. So for you, my beautiful Cancerian, I do see that being good at business and financial literacy is what you're attracting for your love story. Then the Queen of Cups, that is you. The Queen of Cups is the Queen of water signs. As a crab baby, you are a water sign. The Queen of Cups is empathetic, caring, kind, soft, able to listen to those who need a little bit of attention or someone to hear them out for a change. And the moon shows us that your psychic abilities throughout your love story are going to become really obvious as you move through your love story with your person, because it seems like you know stuff before it even happens. It seems like you're aware of things before they transpire, like you have a clairvoyant streak within you. And this is something that your future spouse has never experienced before. I also want to add some letters intuitively for you for more clarity. All right, we've got T, U, we've got N, as well as L, tunnel. This is really interesting. So Spirit wants to say something about a tunnel, perhaps a light at the end of the tunnel. If love has been freaking you out, if it has been a sore topic, if your love story has been something that's keeping you up at night that you're not sure about, this is your sign, this is your synchronicity, this is your message that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that you're soon coming to a place where it's not just all dark, that you're soon on the other side of the tunnel. And I know sometimes the tunnel can seem endless. It can seem, don't know when you're finally going to be freed and finally going to be able to get out the other side, but understand here that sooner rather than later, actually, your love story is going to play out in this way that we were just speaking of. So let's move just a little more deeply into your reading as well. All right, so we've got the skull. Now, the skull is trying to make you very aware of the fact that you've got to be honest even about your traumas with your future spouse. Your love story is going to play out in a way that honesty is really important, and the skull represents hidden secrets that can be harmful. So I know you sometimes want to protect other people by keeping your own traumas and hardships to yourself and not putting that on them. But trust me, sometimes it is important for you to reveal that, and you will have honor and respect when you are actually straightforward about even the things that you thought you wanted to keep in the closet and keep away from your loved ones. The crown is a symbol of honor and respect coming to you. So the more you actually share your story and what you've been through, the more honor and respect will come to you. So don't be afraid of being judged. People will actually respect you more the more authentic and honest that you are, and the more you share, you will also inspire others. So my gorgeous fellow Cancerians, I hope that you enjoyed this reading and that you found it insightful. Don't forget, of course, to hit that subscribe button if you're new here and you watched your entire reading. You clearly feel comfortable here within this space, and you belong in the unicorn family, and I don't want you to miss out on any upcoming videos. Furthermore, if you're looking to book a personal reading, or you want to check out my downloadables, my tarot decks, my crystal rings, it's all linked in the description box, so make sure that you scroll down there before you continue to make your way to the next video. And if you loved your reading from me, I've got over 600 readings on my YouTube channel, like 600 reading videos. So make sure that you check those out. I have got a reading on literally anything you could think of right here on my channel. So my stunning crab brothers and sisters, wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my absolutely stunning Leo babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your reading. You are either a Leo sun, moon in your 7th house, or in your Venus. That's why you're here, to receive your entire love story prediction. So I want to get right into it, starting off with a few charms, my beautiful Leo baby. Let's see what charms we intuitively will receive in correspondence to your love story and what they mean. Okay, so we've got a few different charms here for you, which I can't wait to reveal. Now, on maybe, we've got a dragonfly. On no, we have got what looks to be a mermaid. And what we have here is a key on free will. So let's start off with the dragonfly that landed on maybe. The dragonfly is an animal that represents being free-spirited and also dreaming really, really big. So the person with whom your love story will play out with is someone who has moments in which you may think this person is crazy. Like, they dream so big. They have such a big vision for themselves and their life. It's insane. And then you also get to see them in their most vulnerable moments, where they sometimes feel like, oh, did I bite off more than I could chew? Am I doing too much? Did I set my goals too high? And here, the mermaid, which is keeping its back turned to us. Can you see here how the mermaid seems to be almost like sitting with the back turned to us, and the hair is kind of going down the front, I assume. That's what it looks like. So it's the back of a mermaid, and we've got that on no. But it may also be a siren. And I see that your person is someone who is very loyal. Your love story is not going to include sirens, harlots, any kind of seductresses that are going to come in between you and your love story and your person, because guess what? With the key landing on free will, the entire vibe is that, of course, they have free will. If someone really wants to cheat or be dishonest, they will do so. But if they want to be loyal, if they want to be faithful, they will also act in a loyal and faithful manner. It is definitely a two-way street. And this is where I want to share that your love story is one that shows respect. It shows genuine care and genuine consideration for your feelings. And within Horus, I can see that your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring on the journey to your love story. So never underestimate your thoughts, my gorgeous Leo baby. Never underestimate that what you're thinking will become a reality. So if you're worried about your love story, if you're worried in general about love, that is something that will become a reality. So it's so important for you to base your feelings about your love story in care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everybody involved, including yourself. And if you have to, offer a helping hand to yourself. If you find that you have anxiety around love and it's something you've been dealing with, it may just be time to engage in more meditations to help yourself. Go to a breath workshop. Go to a place where you can connect with other individuals, not necessarily on love, but just in general. Because sometimes all you have to do is get out of your home, get out of your workplace, get out of the known, and just move. Get yourself into a space where love is something that you see as an opportunity, and your love story really excites you, because guess what? In the bouquet, this is going to be a common occurrence with your person in your love story. You will receive a lot of bouquets of flowers such as this one. And we have this ancient Chinese traditional kind of Eastern looking vase here. So you will have a vase like this in your home with your person, and they will regularly top up the vase with fresh flowers. And they will also choose flowers that have other little, I almost wanted to call it weeds, but I'm not an expert when it comes to flowers, but you know when you have like the main flowers and then the decorative pieces and leaves and grasses and so on. So they're going to put together bouquets by themselves that contain a little bit of everything because they want to put in the effort to show you that they care and that they pay attention to details. And you're also getting a lot of compliments in your love story. So your marriage, your relationship, going to be filled with a lot of kind words, a lot of words of affirmation and confirmation for you. And I see here within October is when you will meet your person with whom your love story will play out with. October is your lucky month. It is the month in which the relationship is officialized and solidified, and it's a time in which you will also start to receive your bouquets of flowers and where this will become a regular thing for you, my beautiful Leo baby. So let's move a little further into your reading. Now we have got the Knight of Coins, and the Knight of Coins shows us here that you're actually someone who will always stay really financially independent. Even if you're in a love story, even if you're in a long-term relationship, because you're just the type of person that never wants to depend on another individual like fully. You never want to be that person that can't deal with their own things. And I see here within the King of Wands that you're attracting a king of fire signs. So you are a fire sign as a Leo, and you're also attracting fire sign energy. Now, other fire sign energy is Aries and Sagittarius. Someone who is a little bossy, a little dominant, okay, we're getting zaddy vibes here for you. And I see here that they have blue eyes, they have a kind face, they have features that are very manly, but they don't like stand out in a way that is, you know, if someone has like a really big nose, or for example, very, very thin lips, or their eyes are really like caved in, if you will. They don't have any of these types of features. Their face kind of goes together. It's very harmonious. And within body mind, okay, come on, your love story is invigorating to your body and your mind. Your person drives you crazy physically as well as mentally in the best ways, all right? They are such a turn on. They're the type of person that you always wanted to be with, that gets you all excited and in body and mind. I do also see here, my beautiful Leo baby, if you remember that person that you gave so many chances to and you were obsessed with and in love with, and you look back and you think to yourself, how was I so obsessed with this gremlin? How was I so obsessed with this person that didn't care about me, that disrespected me? I thought they were all that, but now if I see photos of them, I cringe because how could I? And I see here that you're not a surface level type of person. You are not shallow. You make exceptions, and you have made exceptions in the looks department because you don't want to be hard on people, and you also know, okay, well, someone being really short, it's not their fault. Someone having a big nose, that's just how they were born. And if, for example, someone being short is not what you like, or someone having a big nose is something that you find unattractive, or someone having skin issues and so on, and you may have your own insecurities with these things, because none of us are perfect, but all of us also have preferences or some features that we like or dislike more than others. Let's just be real here. Okay, I don't like when people try to be inclusive of everything and everyone, because at the end of the day, yes, we should be inclusive, but we don't have to want a love story with everyone. If you don't want a love story with someone that isn't funny, for example, that isn't loyal, we don't need to include them into your love story. If you don't want a love story with someone who is significantly shorter than you for whatever reason, that's fine. We need to allow for people to have the space to have their preference and their opinion, because doesn't it feel nice when someone tells you, oh, I love the way this feature on you looks. I love your hair. I love your skin. I love your body. I love something about your face. So for there to be these compliments, for these to even exist, people need to have preferences, which means that they also may have things that they don't like. So don't shame yourself for the things that you don't like. And know that everything that you love physically, it's all coming together in your love story, and it will be in that one person, okay? And the concessions you've made in the past, trust me, you're being rewarded for all of the times that you made an exception, for all of the times that you said to yourself, you know what, I'm not going to be shallow. This person's personality is more important than what they look like. You were still played, you were still treated in a manner that you're like, seriously, like I made an exception for you and now you think that you can be the one playing games. Trust me, my beautiful Leo baby, it is all coming back in the form of good karma to you. So all of these days and weeks and months that you spent, know that every time that you were treated unfairly or played in a way, it is not going to be haunting you, it's going to be haunting the perpetrator. Now in the bear, I can see here that your love story is going to have you at some spots where you think to yourself, ooh, this is a big risk. So the person that you're with is a little bit of a risk taker when it comes to their job and their finances. Oh, okay, and I see here in the bowl that you will amass plenty of material things with them. So there will be a lot of moments in your love story where you think to yourself, oh my God, this is a little dangerous, this is a little risky, this is a little too much, I don't know if we should be doing this. But your person knows that in order to create something, in order to make a certain amount of money or have a certain lifestyle, you have to put yourself out there, you have to take certain risks, calculated risks, in order for there to be the reward of a full bowl. This full bowl of fruit is indicative of a lot of material things, not just in the sense of fruit and food, but material things in general in your life. All right, so think cars, think designer goods, think beautiful home decor, homeware. These are all things that are part of your love story, not because you're in a shallow relationship, but because your person just thrives off of negotiating, thrives off of closing deals and taking certain calculated risks because they just want to see how far they can push it as a business person. And that's what I get here with the Sage and also the Knight of Wands. I do see someone who is very motivated to get things done. I see someone who is wise and someone also who follows their instincts and who loves to do business. Okay, your person, your love story is with someone who is constantly busy, constantly doing stuff because they don't like to sit still. They don't like to be in one place for too long. Now, let's see what we're receiving here. We've got Leo energy. Now, isn't that a sign from the universe, a sign from the gods that for you, Leo energy is really where it's at, personally and romantically. Fire sign energy is something that we had come up for you anyways already. And I want you to know here that when it comes to fire sign energy, sometimes like attracts like, and it's okay for us to lean into that. Now, my absolutely stunning Leo babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little fire emoji below in the comment section because that's the only way that me and others would know that you're a Leo and you watched your reading all the way to the end. Furthermore, for all of you who are interested in my downloadables and my tarot decks, as well as my crystal jewelry and everything tarot related, make sure that you check out the description box because I have all of the links right there. Any and everything that you could need. And my gorgeous Leo baby, of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss an upcoming reading because I love to provide you guys with these readings where you can put together your own personal prediction. And I can't wait to catch up with you during one of my upcoming pieces of content. Hello, my beautiful Virgo baby, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your love story prediction, where we'll delve into more details that we couldn't get into during part one of your reading because these are meant to be revealed in this Virgo specific part of your love story tarot prediction. Now, let's get into it, shall we? You're either a Virgo sun, moon, within your 7th house or within Venus. So let's see what we've got here. We have death and rebirth, as well as the King of Air. So I shuffled the cards And the two top cards that we received off of the pile of tarot cards are as follows. So here within the Death and Rebirth card, I want you to know that when it comes to your love story, it's going to completely change your life, all right? Your love story is like the death of the old you and the birth of the new you. It's going to completely change how you view love, how you view life, and how you view partnership. And I see here with the King of Air that what is the most impressive to you is that your love story is playing out with someone who is intelligent in every way, also emotionally intelligent. And if you've dealt with narcissistic people, manipulative people, exes that were emotionally very unintelligent, conniving, backstabbing, just overall not a good situation, it's going to at first feel foreign. It's going to at first feel like, what do you mean you consider my feelings and you're not just telling me to be open with you so you can later use my traumas against me in an argument? Like, what do you mean you genuinely care about me and you genuinely don't want to trigger me? It's almost going to feel weird to be with someone so healthy and so caring because you have experienced otherwise, and rather than allowing your love story to suffer from the past experiences that you had that were traumatic with love, what you're actually doing is you're leaving that old you behind, my beautiful Virgo, and you're creating a new version of yourself. It's like a rebirth of you, but having shed the skin and the layers of the old you that was holding on to the past hurt and the past trauma and the past pain. Hence why we've also got the snake here, which is all around the egg. And we also have the little baby here within the egg. I'm just going to bring this up close so you can see precisely what I mean. So here we have a human child within this golden egg, which is to be protected, so to say. That's also why the snake is wrapped around it, and the snake is a symbol of death and rebirth. We also have a little frog here. Amphibia is sensitive, and it does represent the fact that you have to be in an environment in which you can thrive in. Amphibia can only live where there is a certain humidity, where there aren't too many toxins, since they breathe through their skin. And then we also have the skulls, which are representative, of course, of death, of rebirth, and also of reminding yourself that at the end of the day, you can always reinvent yourself. At the end of the day, you don't have to wait for anyone or anything. Let's just put everything back in place up here and move more deeply into your reading, my beautiful Virgo baby. Let's see what else we're going to receive. Now, next up, we have the Four of Wands. Now, someone will set their eyes on you from afar. You won't even notice that your love story is beginning because this person has been eyeing you up for a long time. This is someone that has had you on their radar for a while, and the thing is, them having you on their radar, it just shows us that you can be really aloof to who is actually interested in you. They have been into you since the last June, okay? They have been into you since June. They have been interested in you since then. You maybe have not even registered their existence or that they even like you, but they have been watching you closely since then. Even if they've been seeing other people in the meantime, I want you to know here that who they're actually interested in is you, and they've been waiting for their opportunity to actually go after what they want, which is you. Now, we have faith. Have faith that the right person will find you, because your love story is a fated love story. This is meant to be. Within faith, we have this depiction of a wolf, a heron, as well as an angel that is being carried by this turtle, this tortoise. And this shows slow, steady progress on one hand, but also being protected, listening to your instincts, and not being afraid to travel, not being afraid of, for a while, even getting into a long distance love story and being open to other cultures, other ethnicities, other socioeconomic backgrounds, because you never know who you might really vibe and click with in this incarnation. So let's move a little more deeply into your reading. We have Paul the Venetian. Now, Paul the Venetian shows us here that your love story is about sharing your gifts with the person whom you are with, and inspiring them. It is a give and take kind of relationship where you inspire them to be a better person and they inspire you to take more action. Kuan Yin is a symbol of care and compassion. So choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand. I see that you will meet the person with whom your love story will play out with as they offer you help. And it's funny because literally just today, I wanted to mow my lawn and I have this little handheld lawnmower because my lawn isn't very big. So I didn't want to buy like a full-blown lawnmower because I felt like it wasn't necessary. And so someone saw me struggling, one of my neighbors, with my handheld lawnmower, and they literally came to me and was like, I have this big lawnmower. Do you want to use it? Like, should I bring it over? And I wanted to say no, but I just accepted the offer, the helping hand. And she came over with her lawnmower. She literally mowed my entire lawn and said that I could like use her lawnmower anytime, whenever I wanted to. And all of this came from actually accepting help, actually accepting a helping hand and choosing care and compassion, and also to believe that others have care and compassion, not saying no. And that's precisely the type of situation in which your love story will begin. Just like I had this instance with the lawnmower and my neighbor, with you it's going to be with your future spouse, where they will offer you help. Don't turn it down. Don't get nervous. Don't think, oh my God, this person's way too cute, or like, I don't want them to think I can't do it myself. It's not about that. Remind yourself, my gorgeous Virgo, the last time you offered someone help, did you think that they weren't capable of doing it? Is that why you offered help? Or no, because you wanted to show care and compassion? I bet you it's the latter. It's not because you thought less of them. Now, in breaking the chain, it's time to break the chain of feeling like you've got to do everything by yourself, because guess what? You don't. As a beautiful Virgo baby, you are someone who's very analytical, detail-oriented. You know what you want out of life. You're capable of a lot more than you actually even let on. And in breaking the chain, I can see here that you're breaking some of these ancestral patterns. You're rewriting the future because guess what? You've been through some challenging situations. You've seen your ancestors go through some real ish. And it's not time for you to continue to carry that burden into the future. It's time to rewrite that story. And you are the one who is rewriting it. Now, the star seed, in case you didn't know, star seeds are said to be people who feel like they don't really belong on planet Earth. Like, they don't really belong in this place. Like, you feel like your home is somewhere else. Like, there's nowhere you felt like you can call home and where you feel safe and accepted. And starseeds are also people who have very distinct hobbies and things that light them up, whether it is making music or just everything that is fluffy and fuzzy and alive, if you're like an animal lover. Another thing could be like pottery, baking and sewing, some very distinct hobbies that light them up that seem simple or almost seem like shouldn't be. You know, when like a 20-year-old loves to do knitting or sewing and it feels like it's an old lady hobby, but it's really not. It's actually just what lights them up, and it's their creative outlet, and that's just like a stereotype that we've put onto something that is introspective, reflective, and takes a lot of time and effort to master. Now here within the Mintakan, we have another confirmation that this feeling of longing from home puts you into the area code of being a starseed and Mintakan cross. And why you are a cross of this is because you are the original light worker. You're the Mintakan. You come from the descendants of the Mintakans, but you're also crossed with starseed energy, which is inspiring energy, which is like light worker type of energy. You are here to spread light, to spread goodness, to spread kindness, to be a supportive person, and to provide others with value. That's what I see here for you. And in regards to your love story, I know we've been talking a lot about you, not necessarily like a crazy amount about the love story in itself, but what this has to do with your love story is that you are the kind of person to whom home is where the heart is. You are not going to try to be with someone just for the sake of being with them, or because now you're at the age where you should settle down. you really want someone who gets you, who understands you, and who would go and live on Mars with you if that was an option and you somehow felt drawn to living on that planet in some later time. You get what I mean. And the thing here is that without these characteristics, your love story is just not going to be the same. So it's very important for you to feel like you and your partner belong together, even if you both don't feel like you belong in this world. And I also see here within death and rebirth, as well as faith, that the more you change, the closer you actually are to your love story commencing, because the less you know yourself, the more you're in the unknown, and then something new can happen, you know, because the more you're in the known, you already know what's going to happen. But when you're in the unknown, that's when new things can take place, new patterns can be created and built and also passed down. So don't be afraid when you're going on a date for the first time, when you're in a different part of town, when you're talking to someone you've never met before, you bump into someone who is just trying to help you, right? Like with the lawn mowing incident. Let it happen and see what comes of it, because you will meet your person during such a time, during such an instance and incident. I also want to just briefly bring our astro dice into play. Okay, so here we actually have Sagittarius energy, one of my favorite Sagittarius. This is the Archer. This is a fire sign that brings very optimistic energy, honest energy to the table, and can sometimes be a little bit exaggerated, if you will. So we have big Sagittarius energy, as well as the number 4 for you. Life path number 4 and big Sagittarius energy within their birth chart is one thing that I can see. 4 and Sagittarius, so Sagittarius in the 4th house, which is the house of the home. You will live with a Sagittarius. You will have a Sagittarius at home. The 4th house in Sagittarius shows us here that home is definitely not a boring place. Home is definitely bringing family life that is interesting, that is adventurous. You're doing things with the people you live with, that you cohabit with or cohabitate. I'm not sure which word it is. And it just overall gives us this vibe that your love story is going to be in a household that is a little restless. So I'm definitely getting like this vibe of kids being part of your love story. And we've got the number 3. 3 kids. 3 children, my beautiful Virgos. This is within your future, so no wonder there's going to be a lot going on within your house, a lot of adventure, a lot to explore, and sometimes feeling like it's all too much, but you would never give it up for the world. You wouldn't change it for anything, because it's exactly what you needed to get out of your shell a little more. Now, my beautiful Virgo baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. As already mentioned, the links to my Patreon, as well as my crystal jewelry and all of my tarot decks, can be found below in the description box. So make sure that you check that out before you go further down the YouTube interweb. If you loved this reading and you want to receive more readings, I've got over 600 readings on my channel, 600 pick a card reading videos at this point. There are thousands of readings in those 600 videos. So head on over to my channel, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to never miss another piece of content, since we clearly vibe with one another. So my gorgeous Virgo, I will catch you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Libra babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your love story reading, where we get into all of the deets that you need to know in regards to your zodiac sign. So let's see precisely what's coming towards Libra. Now we've got Master Buddha, we've got Melchizedek, as well as Diana. I want you to know that we have a nice eclectic mix here when it comes to your love story in terms of the energies and the people involved in it. Now what I mean by people involved is, for one, In your love story, my beautiful Libra, you will find that you have a shared spirituality and shared faith that you're both interested in, and it increases your awareness of one another as well as what's happening around you. So your love story is one that is rooted in deep understanding rather than just physical attraction. Now, Melchizedek confirms this as we've got higher learning. You've learned from experience, and in order to progress in life, you and the person that you're with in your love story, you both understand that you have to do even more inner study, you have to learn more, you have to apply the knowledge, and you're in a drama-free love story and relationship. I just want to point that out. You are more interested in the great mysteries of life, in the great mysteries of different spiritual practices, of different religions. You are open-minded. You are not into the drama, nor are you into comparing yourselves to others. Now, Diana shows focused intention, a very goal-oriented type of youthful energy is what I'm getting here. So you're thinking about your desires. You set your sights high in your love story, and you both expect the best possible outcome. So from the moment you get together with your person, you'll both expect the best outcome. So that means being together forever. And because you're just expecting that, that's what happens, and you don't waver. Ooh, and we've also got February. February as the month of solidifying this relationship. February of the month of officializing. So that means moving in together, think proposal, think getting into a spot where it's for real. It's not just seeing one another. It's not just a situationship. Like, this is a real full-blown love story, full-blown relationship. That's what I see for February for you. Now let's move a little more deeply into this, shall we? We have got the tomato. The tomato is actually symbolic of love. How fitting for your love story. Of all of the different fruit and veggies we could have gotten, we got the one that represents love, and this shows us that your love story is actually one that also brings stability into your life. We have the symbol of Libra. As a Libra, I mean, you know this firsthand. You can sometimes be a little all over the place, a little undecided. You have amazing intentions. You are ruled by Venus, all right, the planet of love, of beauty. But at the same time, that can all be a lot. It can be overwhelming to be a Libra baby, but it's all good. It's all love. And your love story is probably the most romantic one, the most harmonious one, the most love-filled one compared to all of the other love stories and all of the other signs. Don't tell them that I said this, but yours is definitely the most idyllic, if you will, the deepest one, the most wholesome one. I see that here with the black mulberry. This shows us that your love story is kind of like a completion, not that you were ever incomplete or like you were missing something, but here with master number 33, your love story really gives you that wholeness, that full circle moment that you wanted. So the person you end up with makes you feel like you've got your strength back. It makes you feel like you have someone that you can count on, that you can lean on. They make you feel like, okay, I am actually in a space where I can trust this other human being, where I have someone with whom no matter what happens to me, I can go through thick and thin with. So that's the kind of energy we have here in regards to your love story. Besides body work, okay, getting matching tats, perhaps. Your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training is the message we're getting here in body work. So don't be shook that the love of your life is someone who has tattoos on their back, the back of their neck too. And you see the kind of vibe that we're going for here with the tattoos. I want you to know that the tattoos that they will have, a lot of them have a very rounded shape. And these are tattoos that are a little bit more abstract, if you will. Also, some sort of like winged tattoo on their back is another thing that I'm seeing here for you. And overall, they're going to go through a couple career changes too. I mean, you both are. Your love story will entail the new career opportunities and actually getting the joy and abundance that you desire and deserve into your life and into your career, and not constantly feeling like you're in the hamster wheel and never really able to access what you feel like you deserve, if you know what I mean. Let's move a little more deeply into this. Now, we've got the storm spirit, okay? Stormy weather during your love story. You will meet them on a stormy day where there's a lot of chaos. They will straighten things out in your life in so many ways. They will bring you stability. They will bring you some sort of feeling of, regardless of how stormy it gets, you can count on them. And here in the Moonlight Enchantment, we've got full moon vibes too. So I see that the full moon is always going to be a significant time for you in your love story because you're meeting them during a stormy full moon. And I also see here for you in your love story, actually, this enchanted feeling of, as soon as you meet them, it's like you're with a long lost soulmate, like you've known them for so long. The unicorn shows us here, it's such a pure connection. Your love story is one that's like a unicorn, like this magical, mystical being that nobody really knows where to find or if it's real. It seems like too fairy tale-like to be in existence, right? And that's exactly your love story. It is a unicorn. It is one of a kind. It is extremely rare. It is unheard of, and it is special and pure. That's why we've got this white unicorn. Now, my absolutely beautiful Libra babies, this is the reading that I received for you in regard to your love story. I hope that you've enjoyed this and that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section. Don't forget to check out my decks and my crystal jewelry. They're all linked in the description box for you. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's free, it's easy to do, and that way you will never miss another reading that is tailored to you and your star sign. Thank you so much for being here and spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my absolutely stunning Scorpio babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your love story reading. Let's get into all things Scorpio. So if you're here, you're either a Scorpio sun, a Scorpio moon, Scorpio Venus, or in your 7th house. Perhaps you have multiple placements within Scorpio, and we'll see precisely what this means in regard to your love story. So we have the Wombat spirit as well as the Badger spirit reverse. So I like to read the cards upright and reverse, as they have different meanings depending on whether they're upright or reverse. Now, with the Wombat spirit, I can see that your love story is about finding home. You know how they say home is where the heart is? Well, for my gorgeous Scorpio babies, that is really true. Home is where the heart is, and that is what you're finding in your person and in your love story. It's so much more than just love or a relationship, it's actually finding home. And the Badger spirit reverse shows us that when it comes to your love story, you don't feel like you have to be too bold. You don't feel like it's something where you have to prove yourself. The person that you'll end up with is someone who accepts you just as you are, with your shy parts, your outgoing parts, your introversions, as well as the moments in which you do feel like you want to be extroverted. And they don't judge. You can just be yourself at any given moment and any given time. So next up, we've got the Deer spirit. All right, now your love story actually has a very gentle undertone to it. You will be treated with kindness and gentleness, meaning when it comes to the person that you will end up with, you will bring a gentle touch to the relationship because you feel safe to do so. You don't need to wear the pants all the time. You don't need to protect yourself. They understand the assignment, and the assignment is to be emotionally intelligent. The assignment is to not be a douchebag. The assignment is to be kind, to be gentle, to be compassionate and caring. And in your love story, that is understood. We have the number 4, 18, and 68 here. So the number 8 repeats itself, and 8 divided by 2 gives us the number 4. The number 8 is the number of abundance, and I do see in correspondence to your love story, abundance seems to be a reoccurring pattern. There will be phases and cycles of more abundance than you expected or than you even know what to do with. Now within Freya, I can see that your love story makes you understand that there is a beginning within every ending. So in order to find your person, old cycles need to end. Situationships and exes need to be banished out of your life for good. And once that is done, I want you to know here that you can then begin the new phase and cycle of your love story. And we've got the month of May for you. Okay, May is the month of the beginning of your love story, and then we also have March for another month of officializing your relationship. Now that can be moving in together month, engagement month, baby planning month, wedding planning month. You get the idea, my beautiful Scorpio baby. So that's all about solidifying the relationship and making it a thing, making it a known relationship to the outer world. Now, the storm spirit shows us here that in midst of chaos in the outer world and in the nature, so there may be a natural disaster near you, a big storm, trees are breaking, toppling over, there are damages on cars, maybe even some accidents that you're hearing of with pedestrians. And the storm spirit shows that that is when you will meet your person during a time that seems stormy and unlikely, but they're like the calm within the storm. That's what I do have here for you when it comes to your love story. So here within the pine spirit, I can see that your love story has a lot to do with cleansing, with getting rid of the unwanted old. We've got purification here, and within purification, it is important for you to bear in mind that for a real love story to have a chance to be able to commence and last for a long time, you will have to get rid of any kind of people that would come between you and your future partner. So there's a reason why this keeps showing up. Use pine to clean your home. If you're buying cleaning products, try to use those that have like pine scent and essential oils within them, as I do see here that that is important for you to purify your space energetically, but also when it comes to germs too. Now, next up here within the hero, let's not be shook that your love story will play out with someone who is pretty tall and big in stature, and they are seen as a hero by a lot of other people. So think a doctor, a firefighter, someone who does a lot of philanthropic work, someone who owns a big company and gives back to charity. They are seen as a hero. And I want you to know here that your love story plays out with someone who is a pillar of their community in that way. So next up within wisdom, they are not full of themselves. You could never be with someone who is full of themselves. They're really down to earth, and they're someone who has had some genuine moments of enlightenment and finding wisdom in moments of stillness and meditation. They love all of these practices. They have also gone to do plant medicine in the Amazon, such as like ayahuasca. They have also gone to retreats in order to balance, find themselves. Retreats in which you do plant medicine, but also yoga, some small yoga teacher trainings. And I want you to understand that when it comes to your love story, this is the type of person that you can talk to about anything and everything. This is the type of individual that you can count on no matter what. And I do want you to understand that being with someone like this may put some societal pressures on you, but try to not fall victim to that. Don't overthink because they look really good or they're very well known that you have to look a certain way or adhere to society's expectations. The beaver shows us here that they're a very low-key person that just wants to create a vibe, an atmosphere, and new habitat. So the person in your love story is a beaver, a habitat builder, someone who literally has real estate, creates new real estate, new living situations for people. They build things. They are the type of person that has a lot of power within their community, and they are also part of projects that happen within their town and their city. So investing, buying real estate, being part of the building process is what I see here within the beaver. The beaver. I almost said it in German because in German it's Biber. So here within the stingray, I want you to know that they have a strong spine. And the thing about your love story is that having a strong spine, having a solid head on your shoulders, they appreciate that because they've got that themselves. They want an equal, not someone who they can boss around, not someone who is intimidated by them. So therefore your love story is with someone who does have a little zing, a little stinger, but they're only going to use it when necessary. Definitely not within the relationship, definitely not with you. But they also don't want you to be a pushover or just a trophy. Now, let's see what additional insight we'll get from Spirit as we put some letters into your reading. So we've got T as well as G and I. Okay, interesting. Let's add a little more into this. Oh, okay, so we also have a letter that fell outside of the frame. So I'm definitely getting some goat energy here, all right? And in case you don't know what the abbreviation of goat is or what this means, it means greatest of all time. And then we have I and O. So letters within their name, I and O and goat. Your love story is playing out with the goat, or shall I say your goat, the greatest of all time that you've ever had, which I'm really excited for you for, my beautiful Scorpio baby. That's amazing. And I'm so glad that we pulled these letters into the reading just before closing off. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading, that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section. Also, do not forget to check out all of the options to get a one-on-one reading, my tarot and oracle decks, as well as my crystal jewelry. It's all linked in the description box. And of course, if you felt comfortable within this space, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss out on another video right here where you can put together your very own private reading. So your big sis is signing off for now. I'm sending you so much love and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, my gorgeous Sagittarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your love story reading. Let's get into it for you, shall we? So if you're here, you're either a Sagittarius in your sun or moon sign, or you're a Sagittarius in your 7th house or in Venus. Perhaps you have multiple Sagittarius placements within your birth chart. So let's see precisely what effect that has on your love story. First up, we have the Ace of Fire. I can see that your love story is actually something that has not properly begun yet. You are still warming up to it. It's just a new beginning and a new cycle that you're about to step to after watching this reading. This is a timeless pick a card tarot reading. So from the moment that you have access to this reading and you receive it is basically when your countdown begins. So next we have perception. It is really all about perception when it comes to your love story. For some, your love story may seem out of the ordinary, my beautiful Sagittarius. To others, it is like, of course, love should be this way. You have a very particular, peculiar taste, and I do see here within perception that you have your own wants, needs, and desires that are not always within the social norm, but your perception is what counts, not others' perception. And I want you to use this ideology moving forward when cultivating your own love story, your own traditions and norms in your relationship, because at the end of the day, you need to be happy with it, and also you need to suffer the consequences of not being happy with any dynamics that you cultivate in your love story and in your forever relationship. So next up, we have the Two of Water reversed. Now, this is actually the most favorable card that you can receive in regards to love from a tarot deck, because as you can see upright, we have this beautiful depiction of a couple that clearly loves one another, that clearly is sharing an intimate moment. And in the traditional tarot, this card corresponds to the Two of Cups. Here we've got the Two of Water. It means the same thing. Both correspond to the element of water, which is the element of emotions and relationships and deep, deep romantic love. So this showing up shows us that we are turning the page in romantic love. We've got a new beginning, and your perception is what counts most. If there is a non-negotiable in a relationship that seems silly to others, but according to your perception, it is a must, it has to exist, or it has to be non-existent in your relationship, follow through on it. Never compromise, because it will always come back to haunt you, my beautiful Sagittarius baby. So next up, we've got Master Jesus, and I immediately just want to point out that this channel is open to all beliefs and all religions. This is not about Master Jesus in a religious sense, but Master Jesus is actually a symbol of forgiveness and of being a teacher. So the message we've got here is that you are on a path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. You may be in a situation where you have to forgive your father for what he did or did not do. And father healing also pertains to healing divine masculine wounds. If you have had turbulent relationships with men in the past, turbulent relationships where you know what happened just wasn't right, it wasn't meant to go down that way, it is about forgiveness and healing within your love story to find that true, deep happiness of freely loving the next person. In order to do that, you have to forgive your past, and you have to forgive whoever wounded, hurt, and scarred you, and in a way had an impact on your perception of love or on your perception on the divine masculine. Let's move a little more deeply into it. We've also got the Hierophant. So I am getting a lot of divine masculine energy here within your reading, because we have a lot of phallic symbols, right? We have a scepter here, we have a wand, a sword here. We have the number 1, again, very phallic, very masculine, the number of a leader. And here within the Hierophant, we've got the number 5, which is the number of challenges. And I do see that when it comes to things such as organized religion, institutions, that is where you find challenges. You need someone who is a little bit more free. Someone who has a very rigid way of thinking and leading life is most likely not for Sagittarius. After all, you are a very honest and very restless sign that always needs to be doing something, that always has a million thoughts that are just running through your mind. And I see here within the 3 of Pentacles that actually being in a love story where you work with your partner, that is ideal. So it doesn't have to mean that you are opening, say, a business together, but where you can work together in the form of supporting one another in your individual endeavors and ventures in order to create a really strong structure within your relationship, a strong foundation and a strong connection with them. And also to make more money together. That's a big thing that I see here. You are really raking it in your love story. Now, the High Priestess in reverse shows us that feminism leaves your body when you're around this person, all right? Your love story has a lot of this divine masculine in it. And when it is the right divine masculine, not toxic, not insecure, but just really strong, very grounded, you don't need to be this pant-wearing feminism person that feels as though they always have to bring a lot to the table or they have to prove themselves. You can actually just be soft. You can actually just enjoy the love. And here within the Fool, we have another card of a new beginning. So your love story is on to a new beginning. If you have asked yourself whether your love story has already ended before it's even began, if the right person is even out here for you, I want you to know here you're about to turn the leaf on a new beginning in your romantic love cycle. There is a reason why we've got the Ace of Fire and the Fool, which both show us new beginnings in something that you're very passionate about, that is dreamy to you, that fulfills you, i.e. romantic love. My gorgeous Sagittarius babies, this is looking really interesting and fun for you. Let's move a little further into it. We've got the Grasshopper spirit. Don't take the leap of faith. That's a message we have here. Don't take the leap of faith to a situation where you're compromising your values and your morals. Don't do it. Don't try to say to yourself, it's okay, I can date someone who does X, Y, and Z, even though you're against it, just because you want to be open-minded. Don't do it. That is compromising, that is settling. If you want someone who is successful, don't settle for anything less. Don't settle for someone who is still building. They may build forever. If you want someone who looks a certain way, takes a certain amount of care of their body, works out, eats healthily, don't compromise for the person who eats fast food the whole day and never moves. Don't do it. don't take on a project, all right? No leaps of faith when it comes to that. And I do see here within the turtle spirit that you may think to yourself, well, if I don't give people a chance, am I then kind of slowing things down for myself? Am I putting myself in a situation where it will be hard to meet someone? Actually, no. You will meet the right one a lot quicker because you will not get stuck on leaps of faith that you took that you should have never taken. You get what I'm saying, my gorgeous Sagittarius baby? To find the right one, you can't be making compromises in areas in which you just need to stand your ground. And they're different for all of us, but you guys are intelligent. You always get what I'm saying. So in order to avoid wasting time on the wrong ones, we need to get to the right ones. And here within May is the time of you turning the leaf. May is the month for you of change. May is your month of your love life completely starting afresh, completely taking on a new vibe, a new taste almost, and a completely new feeling within your soul. I do also want to add some letters into your reading so we can get some more precise insight from your guide. So let's see what we intuitively received. We've got F, A, D, S, and N. So one thing that we've got here is obviously the name Dan, but I'm also getting sand. Something about F and sand. A place that is sandy, and with an F, what immediately comes to mind for me is a Floridian beach or a beach in Fiji. Oh, okay, I have some letters that popped out of the bag and fell onto my floor. I'm just going to pick those up. All right, so these are the letters that fell out of my letter bag. So we have FLD. That is literally Florida, isn't it? There are also other places in which you have FLD when it comes to the sand, when it comes to the beach. Another thing that we also have here is land, right? I do just want to add a few more letters in because this is very fun. Now we also have L as well as E. Right. So my gorgeous Sagittarians, I want you to know here that what we're getting is someone who is going to land by themselves in your life, okay? They are going to find you. You're not going to have to do anything. They will land. Every one of their jokes will land. The vibes with them will land. The love will land. And they just need to be themselves. We also have the letter D as an important letter in their name. So either the first letter of their first name or the first letter of their middle or last name. And I do see here that you will meet them in a place in which they are just naturally being themselves. They're not even looking to date. So I'm getting this vibe of them being at a sports tournament or a race that they are partaking in. All right, so for example, them being at a race when it comes to race car driving, polo. I also see a tennis match. I'm getting golf. I'm getting a very high-end type of sport that is on land. And one thing that I'm getting there is that they can be themselves. All right, they can do what they do best. And with D, we do have the notion of driving. So there being nice cars, some sort of engines involved, and you will be able to meet them in their natural habitat. And then sparks will fly because you're seeing the real them, not the them that feels nervous because they're like on a date, for example. So my gorgeous Sagittarius babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you found it insightful and that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a dragon emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here. Furthermore, all of my tarot and oracle decks are linked in the description box, as well as the crystal jewelry that I wear in all of my videos. All of it is handmade. We use the best crystals and everything ships straight from Switzerland. So make sure you check that out in the description box and that you are subscribed to my channel to never miss out on another prediction that is specifically designed for your sign. So my beautiful Sagittarians, wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my absolutely stunning Capricorn baby. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your love story reading where we talk all things Capricorn. So you are either a Capricorn moon, sun, in your 7th house or Venus, and we have a card that popped right out of the pile for you. And this card is telling you to take a break. Spirit is trying to communicate to you, my gorgeous Capricorn, to stop overthinking your love story. Remember, a life's work, not a season. Just because things haven't gone precisely how you wanted them to up until this point, doesn't mean you have to stay on the treadmill. Remember, life is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, don't burn yourself out immediately. Don't overthink. Don't sweat it. Don't allow fear to take over. We don't need that, my beautiful Capricorn. Let's take a break from dating people who stress us out. Let us take a break from situationships. Let's take a break from anything that isn't giving us energy. Next up, we have awakening. Now here within awakening, I can see that as soon as you take a break and you regain your strength, you gather yourself again, you remember who the F you are, you will experience energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and an integration of this new self of yours into your love story. Now, when it comes to your love story, the key is your own energetic upgrade goes first, and then the amazing partners follow. Because guess what, my beautiful Capricorn, if you are not upgrading yourself, how can you meet anyone who is upgraded? How can you meet anyone who is on the level that you deserve? Because they are looking for someone who has healed, who has taken the time to do the work, and you have. So now it's time to detach. It's time for you to say no to anything that doesn't reflect the time, respect, and effort that you deserve. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. Right now, there isn't anyone in the vicinity, or shall I say on your roster, that I would say is love story forever partner material. All right, we are going back into the open ocean. We are casting the net wide and we are seeing what is out there. They say there are many fish in the sea. In 2024, there is also a lot of trash in the ocean. That is a straight up fact. However, there are still some good fish out there, and that's what we're going for. Everything else is a no. Here within Cernunnos, I want you to know that after receiving this reading, your life force is what Spirit wants you to look at. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. What this has to do with your love story is the fact that you are attracting someone who has a lot of sensual energy, let's put it that way. They're the type of person who likes to be in an intimate setting with you. They're the type of person who is adventurous. We have long brown hair. We have someone who is caring, someone who has brown honey-colored eyes, and their features are kind of shaped in a way that is very symmetrical. They have features that are olive colored, that are not extremely light but also not dark. They're somewhere in between, and this is a type of person that I can see here that is part of your love story because they give you energy. This is the type of person that you can be around and feel like your batteries are actually being recharged. Next up, we've got love. This is such a beautiful confirmation as we are in your love story reading, my gorgeous Capricorn baby, because for love to show up, it makes it clear that, of course, your love story is going to be filled with real, authentic love. Of course, you're going to end up with your twin flame and your soulmate. Of course, you're going to end up in a situation in which love prevails and love always wins. I love this for you, my beautiful Capricorn. Next up, we have the Nine of Water. Now here within the Nine of Water, understand that you have a lot of different options that you weren't even aware of. Just because they're not options for you doesn't mean that they don't exist. Let me give you an example. You may have someone that you can think of that has always had a crush on you, but for you, they were absolutely no option that you wanted to go with, romantically speaking, and they never would be for whatever reason. Maybe because they're just more of a friend to you. Maybe there's something about their personality that you know is just not compatible for you when it comes to romantic love, that you just don't find attractive. Whatever it is, remember, they're still theoretically an option. You don't want them, but they are an option. All right, so you have ruled them out However, they still like you. And I see here within the Hierophant that the thing is sometimes because you are so picky, Capricorn, that you start to think nobody likes you, but the actual quote unquote issue, not that it's an issue, but you get what I'm trying to say, is that you don't like anyone. Like you don't want to pick anyone because you're always finding a little something that you know will get under your skin. You're finding things that you know are not perfect. And it's not that you want a perfect partner, but you also know yourself and you know that there are just a lot of things that have to work out and be in place for you to say, okay, I want a love story. I want to be in a relationship with this individual. The Four of Swords shows me that there have been moments of deep worry for you when it comes to your romantic life because, of course, sometimes you ask yourself, are you being too hard? Should you just settle? Should you just go for what's available? Should you just give this or that person a chance? Did you rule them out too quickly? Don't question yourself. Your love story is meant to flow in a certainty. It's meant to flow with you knowing that, first of all, you picked love. Second of all, you're not picking someone that you don't vibe with. You're not picking someone just because you're getting older and it's time to settle down. Now, the Four of Wands shows us here the type of partnership in your love story, building together, creating something together, feeling connected with your person, and knowing without a doubt that they are the one for you. So your love story is going to come at a point in your life where you had almost had this feeling of giving up, where you almost felt like, you know what, maybe this love thing is not for you after all. Maybe you're not going to have a happily ever after. And that is when you're going to turn the corner, meet your person, and think to yourself, thank God I didn't lose hope. Hope, that's a word I'm getting from Spirit for you. Having hope and using that as fuel to allow you to keep your heart open. Now, the Four of Cups shows us that a lot of solitude will do that to you, that you close off your heart. A lot of introverted moments that, of course, there's nothing wrong with these moments. However, when you get too comfortable in them, they can sometimes make it hard for you to see what is actually possible. But the Four of Cups also shows here that you're the type of person that doesn't get bored very easily. So whenever you're by yourself, you're actually working on things, you're working on yourself, and you are the type of individual who would rather get comfortable in being alone and finding a lot of busy work to do than to be with someone that doesn't intellectually stimulate you, because you're definitely a very intelligent person that needs that. I want to see a little more about whom your love story will play out with. So let's roll our dice. We've got strong Gemini energy here. All right, come on now. I'm a Gemini rising, by the way. And I want you to know here that this Gemini energy, that's someone who is communicative, someone who is a great storyteller, someone who is witty, who is fun, someone who you can take to any sort of get together and they will fit in right away. And then we also have the number 2. Now the number 2 shows us here that this is definitely where your partnership lays. Gemini also kind of gives us number 2 vibes, right? Because it looks like the Roman letter 2, and then the number 2 is obviously the number of partnership. And in a romantic partnership, it is definitely a lot easier to just be 2 people than 3 or more, and that's what you're going for here in your love story. So my absolutely gorgeous Capricorn baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. As already mentioned, my tarot decks and handmade crystal jewelry pieces, which all ship straight from Switzerland worldwide to your doorstep, can be found below in the description box, and also that subscribe button. That is completely free, accessible for you to make sure that you don't miss out on any upcoming tarot videos that I publish, in which you can put together your very own private readings. Now, my absolutely stunning Capricorn, wherever you are in this world, know that I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my stunning Aquarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your love story prediction. I can't wait for us to get into this. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading where you got to pick from the groups that I introduced you to during the intro of this video, but now we will talk all things Aquarius placements. Now let's get into it, my gorgeous Aquarius. First up, we've got Paul the Venetian. So sharing your gifts is an important part of your love story, and I see that Paul the Venetian will help you do this in some way, shape, or form. So this is not your husband, your spouse, your person that you will be with, but this is some sort of teacher that will bring you and your person together. So think, for example, a coach, a personal trainer, a nutritionist, a doctor, someone that you go to for help, for support when it comes to a hobby and your body. And you are so grateful to them for all of the wisdom that they bring to you. And they will be the one that introduces you to your person with whom your love story will play out with. Then here within Katumi, I do also see another person who is filled with wisdom, someone that is kind of like a mentor that you go to for advice, that you go to whenever you feel like, you know what, I need a second opinion when it comes to this. And what Katumi does is that they give you the answers that lay within, but rather than like spoon feeding you the answer, they ask you questions and talk to you in such a way that you realize, oh, I already know the answers that I seek. They're within me, and I can trust what I know. I can trust my gut feeling. I can trust that this is the right path for me. All right, so Spirit, show us who they are in the most clear way that Aquarius can understand. Okay, we've got Mercury. Now, Mercury is the guide of open communication. This is the type of person that you can be yourself around. This is your person, my gorgeous Aquarius baby. This is the person with whom you can speak up with love with, and you can be heard. No matter whether you're angry, frustrated, going through something, or you would just like a little bit of advice, they're always here for you, and they're the type of person that listens. They don't just respond to respond or to give you their 2 cents. They listen, they take in what you're going through, and they give you some amazing advice. They always allow you to be authentic. So your love story is going to be you meeting your person through trusted guides and mentors, and understanding that this is your person because there is this open communication gateway, and you never feel awkward around them. You never feel like, I don't know if I can really say this. Next up, we've got the dragon. They have dragon energy. They were born in the year of the dragon. Chinese zodiac sign of your person in your love story is the dragon, all right? So being in a cycle of the year of the dragon, I want you to understand that they just glow differently. And that may make you feel like your love story is threatened at times because you think, oh my God, everyone else is going to see how awesome my person is. What if other people flirt with them or try to like take them away from me? I just want you to know that even if you have like 1% of that fear or that insecurity, it's fine, it's normal. Almost everyone who is madly in love with someone has that worry. And I just want you to understand that your person is not takeawayable. Your person is not stealable. Your person is not snatchable, as I like to say. And here within the buffalo, you have an abundance of time. The buffalo represents abundance. That's what the buffalo stands for. Abundance, having more than enough, and a lot of earthly supplies being present. And earthly matters are also time. So not just material things, not just money and stuff, but actually also having time and health to be able to even experience life. That's what I see here within your love story. And for the raccoon, we have a representation of someone who feels comfortable in their own skin. Your love story is playing out with someone who works at, well, we see that here within Mercury. Someone who has broad shoulders, we have light hair, we have honey-colored eyes, we have someone who takes care of themselves and who is conventionally attractive. I don't know about you, my gorgeous Aquarius baby, but I am definitely getting a little bit of this jackpot vibes. Like you really hit the spot with this partner. You really picked a good one. I don't know what else to tell you. So my beautiful Aquarius baby, I'm excited to see what else that Spirit has for you. So we have the Crow Spirit in reverse. Remember that your person will come to you in due course, okay? Don't feel rushed. Don't feel like your love story is never going to play out. You are doing the work. You've put in the healing work. You've put in the work in yourself, into your physical appearance too. Like now it's about the bee spirit, sweet results awaiting you. This card also showed up in reverse, just as the Crow Spirit, and reverse cards can be indicative of things happening with a tiny delay. So not necessarily right around the corner. Give things a little bit of time when it comes to your love story. Let's give you a concrete answer. We have September. All right, September is the month of things happening for you in your love story, of your love story taking off. And I'm so excited that we were able to get this clarity for you out of your reading, my beautiful Aquarius baby. So we are at the end of your prediction. I hope that you enjoyed putting together your very own private reading here on my channel. Make sure that you stay subscribed, or that you do subscribe if you're completely new, because we clearly vibe with one another if you watched your entire 2-part reading. And wherever you are in this world, my beautiful Aquarius baby, I'm sending you love and gratitude, and I can't wait to catch up with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my stunning Pisces babies, and welcome to the second, even more personal part of your love story prediction, which I can't wait for us to get into. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading, but now let's get a little more personal, shall we? So let's get into it with some charms. I want to see precisely what you need to know about your love story. Okay, all right. So we have a few different charms, and I want to get straight into the fact that the charms that we've got on the board, there is an identical one that kind of fell outside of the board, which is this ship's helm. This actually, it is an anchor. So we have an anchor with a ship's helm right here, and then we have an anchor with a rope. This landed directly on Scorpio. I want you to know you are directly attracting Scorpio. That is the person with whom you will vibe and connect with. You're either going to meet them, here we have a star on February, during a concert or a very clear night in February. So not during a full moon, but during a new moon where you can see the stars very well because there's no light in the night sky. That is when you will meet them. Or in July, at a shelter, you will bump into them at a park. You know that picture when you bump into someone at a park, they've got their dog, they're doing this very movie-esque kind of vibe. That's what we have in July, bonding through an animal. So these are the two ways in which your love story will begin and start to play out for you, my beautiful Pisces baby. And I want to move a little further into it. The reiteration of the anchor just shows us here that Scorpio is really where you're anchored. Now, next up, we've got the bull. Now, the bull shows us that you're being called to not back down from any opposition, show strength and fortitude when it comes to your love story. Even if you feel as though your love story has not been the easiest topic within your life, I want you to understand that things are changing for you moving forward. The future of your love story is written in the most phenomenal way, as we have Commander Ashtar, who is coming into your reading to confirm this reading is your call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. If you're telling your friends to put themselves out there, to be optimistic, to know that there is someone there for them. If you're the friend that tells all of your other friends how amazing they are and how they deserve true love and how they deserve happiness, how about we actually walk our own talk, Pisces? How about we actually embrace that for ourselves, because we all know you deserve it. Now let's move a little further into it. We've got faith next. Humanity and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. My gorgeous Pisces, I want you to know that at this point in time, It is the perfect moment for you to just stay calm and remind yourself of the fact that your love story is meant to play out with someone who is just as kind and caring and gentle as you are. Trust and have faith in the fact that there is this good person out there, even if they are opposites to you in many ways. Now, let's see what Spirit wants to say in regards to letters. So we have A, K. We've got two A's. We have a K and a U. So one thing that I'm getting here is this koala. It sounds phonetically, we get koala, and koala bears are actually endangered. They are a very gentle species of animal, of mammal, and I want you to know here within koala and having that show up by faith, this shows us that you are a gentle being that needs a gentle partner. If you're dealing with someone that you feel doesn't value you, or it's a situationship, it's just not really vibing with you on an emotional level, I want you to know that's not your love story, my gorgeous Pisces, because your love story is meant to be one that is rare, that is close to endangered, that is like an endangered species of love story, because it is one in which courting, actual getting to know one another, taking time to really understand the depths of each other is still what you're going to experience in your love story, and that's slowly fading away in this day and age. I also see here within the Six of Air that actually social media is a no. Your love story is going to play out completely outside of social media, because the thing is, you don't love social media yourself. You find it in many ways to be bad for your mental health and extremely time consuming. You have deactivated your account and thought of getting rid of it on multiple occasions. And actually your love story partner, they're not into it either. They're not a social media person. They deleted their Instagram a while ago. And I see here, oh, when you hear of that, my gorgeous Pisces, the Two of Water is the most favorable card when it comes to love in the tarot, and it is the same as the Two of Cups in the traditional tarot, but here in this deck it's the Two of Water, and we have a couple that clearly loves one another, that is close to one another. And I want you to know here that this shows us that actually not having social media, not having all of that distraction, all of that noise is what brings you closer together, and that is really healthy to your relationship. That is what makes the love lasting. That is what makes your love story one that is going to stand the test of time. And it was really smart and wise for you to decide to do this already in an early spot, at an early age, and to have a partner who is just as on board with this and isn't swayed by those things. We have a card that popped itself right side up, so it is clearly trying to speak to you, and boy oh boy is Spirit in the room with us right now. This is almost scary, freaky. Like, I'm looking around here in my filming studio thinking to myself, once again we have guides here, once again we have spirits here. The flag is literally telling you, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Pisces, if this isn't your message, if this isn't your sign, I don't know what is. Don't lower your standards. Your love story is perfect for you. Your love story is beautiful. Your love story is waiting for you to start to experience it. And in order to get there, don't lower your standards. Don't lower your standards to a situationship. Don't lower your standards to a relationship that isn't your love story, that isn't commitment, that isn't true love and care and dedication. Because look at what you have going for you. You have someone who loves you, who respects you, who cares for you, who wants to be with you, and a super cute romantic start to that. So let's not waste our time with boyfriends when our husbands are out here, okay? Now, my beautiful Pisces baby, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. Leave a star emoji below to let me and others know that you're a Pisces and you watched your reading all the way to the end, because that is literally the only way you would know, to leave a star emoji below. And furthermore, I would just like to thank you for being here and spending this divine time and space with me. All the resources from this video are below in the description box, so if there's anything that you're interested in, whether it's tarot cards, my blog, crystals, and so on, check that out. The link is in the description box. And wherever you are in this world, my gorgeous Pisces, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings.